Good evening and welcome to Audio Dungeon. I'm your host, Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew, guys, and we're about to get started here. It is the season finale of Celestial Engine, Season 2, Episode 12. Today is Return to Arcane City, Part 2.
What?
What?
Who'd have thought?
What?
We're going back there.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to... I didn't want to put it in the title because then you're like, oh, really? We're going back there? Because I wanted it to be a little surprise, but we'll see what happens. I don't know.
The surprise is now. Now
is a surprise. Now is a surprise. So, but Charles, I sent you something on...
yeah, I'll tell you.
Great, awesome.
So something scary.
Return of the Gleggon
I mean...
I'm done with the Gleggon Doc. Listen to me.
It's always something scary. Who knows?
Gleggon Doc, there's going to be a problem.
I don't think we're done with
that. Was episode 1. We are now in episode 12. So today...
Yeah.
Fix your hands. Fix your hands.
I can't.
Fix your hands. They're attached to your attitude.
Yeah. This is how this controls it. But that's where we saw it in the streets.
What, you in the streets?
the
We
Gleggon
saw
Doc.
the Gleggon
Gleggon
Doc.
Those
Doc.
hands are from the streets. Your attitude's from the streets. That's how you calm a player down.
You can't win, Duff.
Go. Okay, so welcome to the show, guys. We're gonna get started in just a little bit. Last week on Audio Dungeon, a lot of things happened, guys. A mega-sized battle between 5 capital ships of the bad guys. The Knights came in to attack the Station Salvation outside of Pandaria. If they would win against the forces of good that we have on our sides, it would literally mean they control the Stellar and they could surround the planet and begin attacking however they want. But that didn't happen. Everyone here rose up in a series, and everyone...
Not you. You killed it. Not you.
You killed it by working in real life and doing real life things.
Yeah,
More important, he had real money and did real responsibilities. In a fantasy world, we're the heroes.
He got real experience points.
It was 6 ships.
There was 5 capital ships. Well, there's more ships, but there's 5 capital
And
ships.
there's 2 frigates.
We were attacked by 6, and then we...
5 capital ships, you had 2 frigates, and you had all their fighters, and then they also had possibly a huge ship that was going to come. You guys knocked that out.
Star Killer.
I told them it was a Star Killer, and it's to wipe out the whole Salvation Station coming in. And if they paid fate points, then they would be able to just nullify that.
Wow.
It's really like this, of course.
Yeah, they paid me off. That's kind of what it was. How much I got to pay? That guy's a little too powerful. What? Can I lower him down a little more? What do you need for that? A little Andrew Jackson?
Yeah.
couple fun coupons?
So
I'm the coupon.
that battle went down. Ayana, sorry. I don't know where that came from. Ayana made a bold move, and as being a vessel and an avatar of Pandaria, a move that I didn't see coming, reformed the entire moon, the crystal, the heart of Pandaria, and through the aura of Pandaria, reaching out, pulled all the crystals back in and formed, I want to say, they were asking last night on our other stream, about 75% of the moon's crystal, which is the heart of Pandaria, back into the bottom of Salvation. So that was done by Ayana, and then Ayana gave the boon of Pandaria to everyone else, which affected it when we were rolling in stats. On top of that, you guys came up with the idea of Sparky to Starpath, taking one of our capital ships and Starpathing, using the crystals in the other ships of their stellar cores engines through them, like in Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
And they went out. We don't know what Sparky is.
Yeah.
And that helped in a big way. And when they did that, they also didn't realize that they were on one of those ships. So we had to roll to see which ship that all the good guys were on. Not you, not Brooke. And they didn't know for the whole week if they were on the ship or not. I rolled it and videoed it, and then I put it out there, and it turned out they were not on that ship, which was great.
That's a win.
We're keeping the story going.
Yeah.
They battled back and forth, and it was epic. We did D6 battles back and forth with modifiers all different ways, and Evan came in. Evan stopped by, and he gave a lot of fortune to them. He gave some to me. I used all of it to fight back to make them lose. And everything that happened, every boon with Sparky, with the boon from Pandaria, from the very battle they did, every strategy they used, it came down to a literal one roll where I used up the fate point I used, and if I would have won, it would have been the death of them, and if I lost, it would have been the death of the Kharonite fleet. The entire Kharonite fleet wiped out. And
the
that is where we
Everstars are
stopped.
gone. The Everstars are gone, except for
Right, the Everstar leaders are gone. All those leaders that you guys met in season 1 at the end, they've all been wiped.
Amazing.
All of them. And it even almost happened where the king or the queen wasn't going to get wiped out, and they rolled fate points, and they actually wiped it out.
We wrote those checks,
Yes.
signed them.
Yeah.
Right here, signed them.
How much are going to do to take out the queen now? They paid off.
Took out the mother and the father.
Yes, literally, it was as epic.
Wow.
So we've had a lot of close. And Knights of Vandar, the ending was nuts. Actually, that was even closer because it dipped into the fact that you guys should have lost, and by accident, Dan healed you with healing power by accident. He didn't know radiant energy was on. I was like, you healed him for 8 hit points. So that's fine. And then you literally went down
You just won by 8 hit points.
Yeah, he lost by 8 hit points. It's like, what? So literally, the bad guy should have won, and they made a mistake. So this was as close as that, just about.
Yeah.
But that's where we are in the aftermath of that. We are now here, where you guys are sitting in your ship. You're in the ship, the mining ship from the Kharonite the fleet that you guys
Card
took.
Shark Deuce.
The Card Shark Deuce. And
Dan.
you guys have just witnessed that explosion, and you're sitting in space. You're very close to salvation, and we are now in the aftermath. Right at that point, is there any questions?
I'm chilling.
Okay. You are chilling.
I'm chilling.
So therefore, without further ado, this is the time for Patreon rerolls. Hello to everyone joining in right now. And if you got anything you want to do to help these people out, do so. Bits, rerolls are a big help. As you saw last week, it's a humongous help. And that's it. This is the season finale. Season 2, episode 12. I'm excited. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do. So without further ado, let us go into the episode. Enjoy. Good evening and welcome to Celestial Engine. I'm Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew. And before I even present to you these wonderful people, we're going to solve what's called in the business as a technical difficulty. We're going to please let me know, guys, if you're watching right now. We had some sort of audio problem. Is my mic distorted? Is anyone else's mic distorted? Everyone say hello.
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 Hello. So let us know right now if anything is distorted, because we got a report saying that it was distorted.
Yes, a report.
Let us know, guys. If you're watching the show, just give us a quick little comment. Let us know if it is distorted. Yes, it is distorted. Or no, you are great.
We hear it, we say it.
Which I will take personally.
It's better. All sounds great.
Well, sounds good. It was just me then.
The report came back in.
Yeah, Mike just wanted less of me. He's like,
I think
can
that's what it is.
Tony just take a break from the show?
How many
That's
fate
exactly
points to
what
get rid
Mike
of the? How many to get rid of that guy?
DM.
How many got to donate to get rid of that guy?
Dispute that, Mike, Frankie. How many?
How do you kill off the
points?
DM? Can you do that? Is that a thing? Okay, guys. So here we go. Welcome. I'll have to redo that intro. And yes. And also, look at this. Seeing this, Frankie? See this? You see this problem? What's happening right here? Guys, welcome to the show. I am Tony Hansen, your host and DM, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew, Tom Kokoza, Phil Castellano, Brooke Armstrong, and Damian Scrow. We have Frankie inside, switching it up, and we have our guests joining here right now. We will have Richard on shortly, but right now we have Charles and Oni, who have been joining us this entire season for the adventure and before. Guys, a lot has been going on. Today's episode is Season 2, Episode 12. It is the season finale, Return to Arcane City, Part 2. In the last episode, the fleet was wiped out, pretty much on both sides. The Andarian fleet has one capital ship called the Autumn Light, that is left, and the Kharonite fleet has been entirely wiped out by a series of miraculous events. If we played the game again, who knows what the heck would happen? But that is the way it worked out. It was a lot of fun to play and very interesting. So now today we're going to get started in this episode, and as this episode is called Return to Arcane City, I'm sure that people are curious about what that means, and I'm just not going to tell you. So right now we're going to start where you guys are in space in the mining vessel.
Horrible person.
Yes. Who hurt me when I was young? Many people.
Glig and glig.
I'm not even going to correct that. I don't want it to be corrected ever. So we're going to start right now where we left off. You guys are in, well, not Tom's character and not Brooke's character because you guys are on Salvation. But everyone else is in the ship. That includes Dan's character's not here right now, and that includes the NPCs. And we're going to start. You guys are on the mining ship with a front row view of everything that has just happened. The fleet has been destroyed. And you guys are just kind of in the aftermath, just like witnessing that. Same thing for the other guys. Ayana, you're watching through the temple, like the celestial temple, through the heart, and you're able to see it like a bird's eye view. If birds could fly in space. Come on, Tony. And Tom is with the command, with Lord Bertram and everybody else, and you are aware, obviously, of what happened. We're going to start with the group on the ship. Let us begin from there. You may roleplay.
All right. You should keep an eye out if there are any survivors, because the Canaanites don't need to breathe in space, correct? So keep an eye out for them.
We should.
And any valuables you might see that we might need. That could be a good thing to look out for.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of salvaging.
100%.
Do. For sure.
These ships are ideally suited for doing that too. I mean, we really need to be going through that wreckage and having a look, see what's out there. I mean, if we can find some survivors, great. 'Cause, I mean, that could buy us a lot of goodwill with Karen and could actually end this war.
I agree.
Attacked us, and we defended ourselves. That's all we did. So if we can send them back, that might be a good thing. Maybe one of their leaders even survived.
I agree with that.
And right now in space, you are surrounded by wreckage of the hull, of bodies, items and such. It's literally space garbage everywhere.
So maybe we should head towards Salvation.
Sure.
But on the way, search and look.
Can I pick up any of the ship cores?
Can you pick up any?
Can I technomancy any of the ship cores? Like if anything's still around.
Right now, no, just too much clutter.
Okay.
We'll walk up to about 6 feet from Kairos and activate the amethyst crystal to use telepathy.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull my pistol and point it at his head.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh my. Okay. So your character, you guys are just to paint this for the people at home. So you guys are on that ship. And you're kind of just watching all this out the window, and you just basically walk right up to Kairos and point your pistol at him, and then you are doing what with an amethyst?
Amethyst crystal
floating around your head.
Activating it to use telepathy, so I can read surface thoughts.
And you're doing this right in front of me, so I can see you doing this.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you're reading surface thoughts, and what are your surface thoughts, Phil? Share.
Everything I just said, I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I would imagine that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Valuables, you say? Yeah. I'll put the watch down and back up.
My friend, we all used it. How about you relax?
We all used it? It was just...
We all used it. How about you take a seat, my friend?
It was
Either
just
way.
in your hands.
Take a seat.
All right. Gentlemen, let's put the gun down also. How about that?
Take a seat.
Okay.
We all used it. Everyone here had an opinion on the events. I didn't hear you talk up during the battle. Please take a seat.
Kind
All
of
right.
take back when it goes back.
Get easy.
Put the watch down because you had no right taking it. Knowing what it does to Bardot, you had no right taking it, let alone using it. Put it down, or you will have... You know what?
How about no?
Right. How about...
I'll pull my other pistol out.
All right, I get in between them.
You have...
Stay point.
What are you gonna do?
Dragon Wizard.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay.
my god.
Okay, you become the Dragon Wizard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I teleport him somewhere. I teleport him somewhere where he is isolated and cannot come back anytime soon.
Whoa.
Is where?
Where do you teleport him?
How about...
It's gotta be somewhere you've been.
How about...
And also, there would be a will save here, I'd imagine.
How about to Karen?
Out of curiosity.
You've been to Karen, but you haven't been to the new fragmented Karen, so...
How about the ethereal plane?
The Nether?
No.
The plane of ethereal? You
Yeah.
can't do that. You have to. It's gonna be somewhere on this plane of existence.
Um,
You could do somewhere in Andaria. It's a big world. I think they'd have to show up.
Yeah,
you have to reach the corners of non-space.
I would put him...
That's how you can tell where emotions are right now.
Yeah.
I find the underworld of space.
I find a pocket dimension and put him in there. That's what I want to do. I'll put him, you know what? Just somewhere random on...
How about on top of a mountain or something?
Sure, yeah. On top of a mountain on Andaria.
Okay.
What?
That's pretty remote. It's okay.
Okay, roll... So you're going to roll a...
Hang on.
Roll...
I'm in his thoughts, so I would know he's going to do that. Can I just go ahead and shoot him before he does all that?
Okay,
You are reading his thoughts.
So you're reading. So you're going to do this in order to, according to the system. So your action was to
Oh my
move
God.
over. You point your pistol at him, and then you cast a spell, which means your turn is now done because you're waiting on him. So you can do reactions at this point. He goes, uses his fate point. His turn is to do a teleportation on you. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll his check versus your reaction, and then if you have a reaction skill, you can use that. So, Phil, the next thing you would do is roll. I'm going to give you, since this character is not made up in the system, I'm going to give you 10d6, and I'll give you R5s, which I feel like is a fair.
Sure.
So, and this will be a will check for you, Charles. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, is there anything else that you want to do, Charles, that I'm not anticipating? So he has 4 successes. 1, you wipe out one of them, which means 3. You actually need to get rid of 2 of those successes to equal him, because in a tie, the defender wins.
What type of magic is this?
Is teleportation in the system? I don't know. This is a character from a different system. It's definitely arcane. I'll give you another 10 seconds.
Nope.
Okay, so you turn it into the dragon wizard and teleport him away. You're on top of a mountain. I'm gonna say.
Is it cold?
I don't want to kill him.
You were trying to put
Some
him
random
into
mountain.
another plane of existence.
Somewhere I can get him back later when I want him. When
He's gonna shoot him in the
He's gonna
head.
shoot me in the head. He's gonna get out of here.
Okay, you're on. I'm gonna say you're on top of a mountain above the red deserts.
Oh, I have no
And
idea.
that would be a place that you know very well, and he put you there. So all of a sudden, you just. It's literally like a Family Guy. It's like all of a sudden you're standing on. I was standing on top of the mountain.
Every time I bite into it.
So you're just like blah blah blah. What are you doing? He looks at you and he turns in. And all of a sudden, everything just changes, and you're standing there with your gun out, and you're on top of that mountain.
Oh, the bitch!
All right, let me know when I turn
And we
back.
just see him disappear.
Yeah. So
What'd you do?
go ahead.
Did you see what he was doing to me?
Well, I saw him point a gun at you.
That was crazy, right?
What'd you do to him?
I put him somewhere.
Where is he?
We can get him back. Get him back easy.
All right, we'll bring him back.
Right now?
Yeah, I think you should.
What if he tries to shoot me again?
Can I suggest
Well,
we wait till we get to
I think
salvation then?
I'll stand in
So
between
we're
you
in it,
two.
we've
How
got
about
more
that?
room.
Will that make you feel better?
If you stand between us?
Yeah.
You know what? That would.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Great. Fine. Babies.
If he comes in here and starts shooting again, we'll start try to do anything more crazy.
First of all,
I told him to relax.
He didn't fire his weapon.
He didn't, but he wouldn't
pointed
stay.
a gun at you, which I agree is wrong.
Yes.
But I don't know if you should have disappeared him. I don't know what you did to him.
We could bring him back.
Blinked
It's
him
fine.
out of existence. What
No,
you do with him?
he's on top of the mountain in the red. Where is he?
Okay, the engines are good right now. What did I miss?
What's up?
Do you want me to bring him back now? I'll bring him back now.
I think you should bring him back now. Yeah, he's part of our crew. How are you just gonna disappear him?
Maybe no. Maybe bringing him back would be like he knows he can trust me because I can bring him back right away.
Bring him back now. I've decided.
I bring him back. I'll bring him back.
I'm decided.
Okay, so all of a sudden you come back. You're back into the room. That's a fate point, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That's 2 fate
All
points.
right,
Yeah.
Gilder.
Gilder, you return to the ship.
Gilder, that could have been much worse for you.
All right, enough. Okay.
Fine. You're
enough.
between us, though, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I am now standing in between the two of you.
Hold me back.
Gilder,
What has happened in here? What's going on?
You pulled a gun on me.
Gilder, I had him bring you
Whoa.
back, but I don't want you pointing your gun at anybody on this crew. Okay, you're with us. I understand you have a problem with him right now, but I think that was a little extreme. Obviously, I don't know what he did to you, but that was extreme too. So that's why I have him bring you back.
And
All
I listened
now
to you.
we need to get along here. At least until we get back to salvation. People need to go their separate ways. Fine, but
So watch
I will not have this. Okay.
as Bardo's watch.
Okay.
It
I
will
understand.
Power every time it's used. How many times did you use it?
6?
Are you?
It wasn't all only my decision. Am I crazy here? When you all found out I had it, wouldn't we all decide to use it?
How was it anybody else's decision? You're the only one going click, click, click.
When everyone realized I had it,
Yes.
Thraxis recommended I use it once.
got a point.
Everyone recommended. We're all in this.
He does
It's not
have-
just me at this point.
He does have a point there.
No one called me out when they realized I had it to give it back. Now you all want it back after we win the battle. That's very convenient on your end, let me tell you.
All right.
Let's go back. Let's get back to salvation.
I think yes. I think we
Fred.
should head back and
Fred.
yes.
Roll an intelligence check.
Sure.
R4s.
Okay, good.
I mean,
Just do what he tells you?
I mean, well, is that? I'm
just gonna order a pizza.
Should I be doing that?
Can you get me one too, Larry?
Well, I assume he's
I'm
trying
gonna
to
be
do
here for a
something.
while, so Tom, you want
I
some?
assume that
Yeah,
he's
here's-
trying to
here's
do
Marcus.
something where he needs.
Just
No.
roll. Just roll.
Yes. You authorize this?
Yes.
All right. Fine. Here we go.
He's gonna shoot you.
I rolled
Gonna
a
shoot
5
you.
and a 2.
Memories.
That's Radar's pistol. And Asha's pistol's in his belt.
What?
You're
Are you,
carrying.
you're using Radar's pistol,
You're carrying
And
Radar's
Asha.
pistol.
which is Damien's old character before. Okay, so
And
you.
mine.
Okay, so you.
Where'd you get these weapons?
Did you succeed?
I don't. I got a 5. I don't know if that's. I don't know.
What is your?
He said R5.
What's your
I said
trigger?
R4.
He said R4. I don't know. My regular intelligence?
Yeah.
I don't know. 6, I guess.
You're doing great here. Look at your intelligence
Yes.
and look for a little R something next to it. There's the trigger.
Yes, R6.
R6. So then you have no
Successes.
right, no
Right.
successes.
That's what I thought.
So you just he didn't say that. So he just said because he called for an intelligence roll to see if you do it, which means that nothing happens. You're all looking at each other. There's no.
All right. Can we at least just get along till we get back to salvation? He's held it this whole time. Like,
He goes over to the dance
Just let
character
him
and he's
hold
like,
on to it
let's,
for
let's
another little
drive to the station before we kill each other.
yeah, Thaxus, let's go.
On the
Okay,
way,
driving.
We'll keep an eye out just to see if there's
Best driver there
anyone out
is.
It's-
Even
I still-
though,
I-
even though
I still
it takes-
kinda-
we need to keep an eye out just in case we do see any survivors.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay, you guys are looking for survivors. It is really difficult to see anything through all the shrapnel and the metal and everything else. You do see bodies, and unless you go over and investigate, you don't really know who's dead or not because they're all sustaining the blast, and probably most of them are dead from the initial explosion as well. Are you investigating bodies, or are you making your way to salvation? Right now, you're going to salvation.
Salvation. I guess we can organize a party later if we want to.
I mean,
What we should do is radio the capital ship and have them search.
The capital ship is messed up though. Like
It
they
might
need
be,
repairs big time, no?
But it's bigger. It could take more people if need be. It looks like they'll have areas.
I
where
think
they
we
can contain
I think we need to focus on ourselves. We just survived. People are like dead tired and every stuff. Like they try to kill us. What are you gonna do? We got them and then put them in jail and stuff. What we don't need to do is hurt them. What's the point of this? Hello?
If we could find one of their leaders, I mean, if they're still alive, I mean, this could end the war. Right now, we've destroyed them, yes, but we don't know how many other fleets they've how much more ships they've got. If they're going to send more against us, if they attack, if they send one more ship to us against us right now, we're dead. But if we've got their leaders, and they're
So how about we do this? We follow the chain of command. We tell them that the bosses what they want to do, we our thought, and then they do it or they don't.
Okay,
We don't have to do all this, right?
That's true.
that's cool.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
You guys make your way back to Salvation. You land, and everyone's come out. People are celebrating. And would you guys come up to greet them?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so you're all together. You see Ayana and you see Zim, and everyone gets together. You guys can roleplay.
Hey.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Tremendous job. How'd you do it?
Little help.
And a little luck.
Good.
More than a little.
And a little what?
All right, a lot of luck. We barely got out of there.
I know how they did it. He has the box, and he says the box empty. The watch.
I walk over to him and I open the box and I put it back in.
You were not authorized to take this watch.
It worked. Thank you.
I'm going to be alerting Lord Bertram that you stole this watch.
That's fine.
He walks away.
You stole the watch.
Yes.
They're probably going to be pretty mad about that.
It looked like it worked out.
It was quite helpful.
Everything that is good right now would not have been so.
Yeah, we'd probably all be dead otherwise.
Okay.
I'm going to immediately leave the party and head down to the temple.
Okay, you do so. You can. Well, I'll stay with you. What do you want to do?
I want to talk to Altari.
Okay, you see Altari sitting down.
Altari,
His eyes are closed.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Could you patch me through to Gatrin?
Patch you through?
Is there a way that I could contact him?
Go.
He pulled in the switchboard.
That makes myself laugh at the noise. I'm just gonna stop the noise.
You just throw the other Everstar cords away.
No, you gotta keep doing the noise.
Go talk to somebody upstairs. How can I talk to him? You wish me to channel someone.
I thought that you had the ability to see throughout the solar system, and as I understood, he was not here at the station. I was hoping that I could speak to him. His family just passed, and I think it would be important for me to tell him.
I feel it would be important for him to know as well, but me communicating would not be the way. Speak to Lord Bertram.
All right, thank you. I'll walk back up.
A lot of steps.
Yeah, he gets to fly though.
I'm flying, so I don't. Yeah,
That's right, I'd say it. I was like, he has to fly. Okay, so you guys regroup, you recover, and everyone's kind of celebrating. We're going to go forward right now. Okay? Unless anybody has anything you really need to do that has happened now
I just
that
have a
can't happen
question.
later.
Do my crystals look the same? They're still amethyst and like illuminated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so
Do the
I
Yeah.
want to ask Ayana one question. Ayana, did you see where Sparky went? When he jumped, do you know where he's gone?
I didn't. Tony, I didn't notice where Sparky was, right? Because that.
you have no idea where Sparky is.
No.
We might need to see if we can figure out what star path he went on and see if we can find him. I mean, we need to know if he's still alive or if he perished in that attack.
Maybe Altari would be able to locate him.
It's something we need, maybe not right now, but we do need to go and at least raise that.
Okay.
Altari
I
just told
agree.
to speak to Lord Bertram, so we probably.
What's your
Nah, I'm good. Move on. Yeah.
Okay, so we move forward. Basically, everyone's coming together and just trying to recover. People are just trying to come down, and they're immediately like trying to pay attention to see if anyone else is coming in. There are no other Karenite ships coming in. People feel like the danger is over, and immediately you see there are some people that are talking to Lord Bertram in the distance, and they seem to be concerned about something. The way they're leaning in and speaking with him. After a short amount of time, you see Raphael come up, and he comes up to you guys. So we just got word. Congratulations, you guys! You did an amazing job, and we just got word that Bardot has actually made his way to the Endarian Council Chamber back in Arlight. So he's, I guess, this is a good time. We were looking to have the investigation and everything. I know that Christor has been working on that, and I believe Christor is a little alarmed about the use of the watch. That he said that was happening. So I believe they're going to work everything out. If you guys are ready, you can come down with us back to Arlight, and we're going to work it out.
Sounds good to me, man.
Can we at least get someone going out looking for if there's any survivors? It's the least. I mean, they attacked us, but
there's actually no ships left right now. The only 2 ships we have need to be repaired, so I think that's taking priority over everything.
Okay.
We'll go down. You say like we're gonna take care of everything. You mean like us too? The whole borrowing the watch bit? Is that part of this now?
I believe that's up to the council to decide. I am on the council, but I think we're just going to discuss it. I think that's in part of the investigation because the watch is Bardot's. I think everyone's kind of like worried about that. So, yeah, I think they're going to look at everything, I guess.
Right.
Okay. So, when you're ready, come on. He walks away. Everyone's grouping up, and they're actually getting in, like a smaller ship. It's like a Millennium Falcon type of ship. Probably could fit like 50 people on it if we really had to. So a lot of these important people with their guards and such are getting on it. Does anyone not get on these ships?
wouldn't we be using the mining ship that we had because it's got really good shields and everything, and it was undamaged?
Once again, I think you're speaking for the head of the entire council. They're making their own choices.
I'm asking
like
if we would take that ship or...
They asked you to get on their ship. But if you wanted to defy that, you can go ahead. Do something you want to do.
I get the impression that, that asking was polite. Like, we're now part of the investigation. And they're asking us to come with them. Rather than telling us to come with them. Yes. Yeah. I think if we get on our own ship, then the ask goes a different way.
But as always in tabletop, anything you want to do right now, you do. So, your choice.
Let's just go on the ship.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, get on.
Does anyone not want to go? Any guests? Any fan FPCs? Do you not want to get on the ship?
No, Lord Bertram's on the ship, right? So I'm following.
Okay. Kilder?
Yep.
And Del?
Yep.
Reluctant thumbs up. Okay. So you guys get on the ship. As they're closing the doors, you see Altari is walking up.
Oh.
And Altari gets on the ship. So you guys take off. You head down to Arlight. You guys are sitting in a small area. It's like you're on a crowded ship right now, so you guys are all just within the small proximity. Jacques still with you, of course. And you guys can roleplay for a minute or two, okay?
Altari, is it okay for you to be leaving the heart?
Yes.
We've never seen you leave that place before.
Yes. Sometimes I leave. This is an important matter.
Oh my.
Are you able to see like futures and stuff?
I can see many timelines.
How bad is it?
It is both bad and good.
Which one's this?
It's wherever we make it.
I love time travel so much.
Me too.
Speaking of travel, Altari, do you know Did you see any sign of Sparky? Or sense Sparky anywhere?
I do not sense Sparky at this time.
How far did he go? Man, it was a huge jump, but do we know how far he actually went?
Out of the game, you don't know.
That was an amazing,
There's a massive
amazing
tower.
idea on his end. I wonder who thought of. I wonder if he thought of that. He's a genius.
Yeah. There's somebody in command, right?
Yeah.
That's the first time he's, controlled a ship.
Hope he's all right.
We'll find him. If he's out there.
You guys are so glum. We just saved everything. Like, why do you guys so down? Be happy.
I know, I feel like glum music background is really influencing.
Well, that's
We lost a lot of people. We lost a whole capital ship. We lost all of our fighters. The regs. Remember the regs? I remember seeing them set up. They looked so happy then.
And the aces.
You're referring to the regs, like the regular people?
The fighters.
regs.
The fighters. They're good. They were great. They were great.
Yes.
Yes.
Not to mention the
And then the aces. Oh, the
Come on.
aces. They came through for us, didn't they?
They really did.
Yes.
I heard some stories before when we were down on. It's great.
I'm a little nervous. We're going into this kind of investigation, trial, or whatever it's going to be. And I feel like in the past, we don't do those well.
No.
I guess we see what happens.
Yeah, I thought I'm a little off.
This trial was bound to happen, like it was supposed to happen, and it didn't. So we're due for this. This trial is inevitable in a way. It's an
Remember, the
investigation.
trial wasn't on us. It is on Bardot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We might be included in it now, but
yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a guy, right? That always has plans on top of plans on top of plans, and I wonder if, even though using his watch is what helped us win that battle just now, that's also going to help him somehow.
But if you think about the price,
Probably.
the price to be paid was to lose the battle.
No, I'm not telling you.
You know,
I'm
it's
not
like-
saying you shouldn't have done it.
Be
was a
dead and not
desperate-
use the watch
it was
is better
desperate
than
times.
Yes, it was.
Right.
desperate
I
moments.
just
But
this isn't my.
We'll be fine, friend.
that is the
You can't punch a trial.
Bardot as well. I mean,
100%.
he gave us the watch before he was.
I mean, you could, I guess. If I try hard.
It was not use the watch and die,
I feel
or use
better
the watch
now.
and not die.
I think you did just punch a trial.
I
Can't
mean,
punch a trial. See where I'm getting at?
What I'm trying to say is,
Okay, don't want to-
before Bardot had this trial against him, and he was not helping out. But now that we've used the watch multiple times in the battle, he has an argument to say that he was just as culpable in the battle as anyone else.
yeah.
You know, he helped out in a way that was critical to the survival of that battle. So before he was in a much lower position. Now he's in a position where he can say he helped out as much as anyone
Oh,
else.
like a favor owed in a way. And that kind of makes sense.
Well,
Bardot doesn't do anything unless it benefits himself.
I guess we see what happens in a little bit, right?
yeah.
Let's move forward. You guys land in Arlight. You land in that spaceport they had built there, and you're kind of shuffled everybody into this large room, the same room that you were in many episodes ago in the beginning. And there you see what appears to be the entire Andarian Council already assembled, minus the people that are joining right now, such as you guys, with Raphael, with Tomb Mage, with Lord Bertram and such. Dragon Wizard's already there. Dragon Wizard gives you a nod, and you see doors open. And as quickly as you're getting into your seats, the doors open, and people, knights walk in, and between them is Bardot. And Bardot walks in. So there's a top hat on and his usual attire. He walks in and he sits down, and at the end of the table, and everyone else is kind of like on their side, and he's a little bit by himself. Lord Bertram stands up. Everyone, the Andarian Council, spectators from Arlight, and the new heroes that have helped us out. We are here to establish the innocence or guilt of a man that may be responsible for the death of my father. Lord Caddick. But not only that, he may be responsible for the rebirth of the Necromancer, which we know that many people gave their lives to stop. Investigator Christor is in charge of the investigation, and he's found a couple of evidence, and I believe those are with him, as witnesses have seen this as well. We know for a fact, and we do not believe it to be false, that for whatever reason, Bardot allowed the Necromancer to re-enter this world through the portal in the Arcane City. I'm appalled. This is someone on the council. Yes, maybe some may say he has a checkered past. But we thought that you were doing good. So if you are here to say anything, you of course may. I wish to hear from Christor. I wish to hear from those who know him. But we must establish his innocence or guilt, because we cannot have someone this powerful, who is on the council here, who carries this much influence and sway over the rest of the world. It must be solved. It must be solved today. The simple fact is that whatever this man is going to say to us, he brought back the Necromancer. And no matter what he says about it or why or whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to be something slick. It caused the death of my father, and it caused the death of many in almost the entire world. Today everyone will be looking into this, and today will be solved. Now, those of you that are the soul seekers, as I understand it, you remember your past lives. I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think of this man. Tell me what you think of what you know and what you remember. Bardot. Good, bad, or otherwise. Let's hear it.
All right. I'll go first. Not speaking of my past lives, I guess, I don't think of Mr. Bardot as good or bad. I don't think morality is something that he's particularly concerned with, at least not in the same way most of us here are. I think that he has an overriding concern for his race of people, making sure that they have a secure home. And I think that he has a desire to win. But I think that his winning generally coincides with the rest of Andaria winning. But I don't think my impression of him is that he doesn't fight for a good cause or an evil cause. He fights for his own causes. And fortunately for us, a lot of the last 200 years or so, those have been aligned with what Andaria wants.
You feel he is an ally or an enemy?
I feel he's an ally.
Let's hear from someone else. Kyros.
Well, we're gonna get to me eventually, but well, before Desmond, I can't really speak as well as my friends here. Before Desmond, a bunch of my past lives were not called forward like the rest of my companions here.
But do you have any encounters with him or memory?
Yes, they are all from this current being, and everything I've seen, he has almost helped from. You've been there with me. Has been him trying to help us in a weird way. So from personal experience, to me, everything I've dealt with him has been as an ally. That's just all I have to say about that.
Anyone else?
I think that his intentions are hard to see. They're hard to be clear. And from what I remember of him, selfishness comes to mind. that he's out for himself, his people, his agenda. But it's very difficult to say whether he's an ally or an adversary. That I don't know.
And you, Ayana.
From my past lives, I've seen Bardot. It's not as though he's drunk with power, but he does live to serve himself and his people, who were Andarians. They're now some other form.
Ally or foe?
At this juncture, he served as an ally. In the past, a foe, for sure.
I am disappointed at what I'm hearing for you. You give excuses to this man. Would you protect the very being that has taken you all the way to the end, almost to the finish line, just to ruin you at that last step? Throw you off the cliff at the last moment while he passes. But don't worry, he was your ally all the way to the end. Does not everyone see this? Do you not see what he is doing? You would defend him now and give him words of praise.
Doesn't mean that we trust him, Lord. He does not have my trust.
And you saw what he did to my father, yes?
Yes. I've seen what he's done to many. A friend.
Yes.
I think we talk of two different things, my lord. I think if you ask if he's an ally or a foe to this world, to Andaria, and its ongoing existence, we face cataclysmic threats from outside this world. I think of him as an ally. If you talk about stability, you talk about honor, you talk about trust, those are things he doesn't value. And if you talk about that as an ally, then he does not have those traits. I apologize for seeming like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but this is a world council, and I don't know the heady issues you deal with. I think that if you worry about his passion for keeping Andaria an ongoing concern, that is not a worry I have. If you worry about will he have your back in a war, or when it's two of you in a room against an enemy, I wouldn't trust him. Those are two different things.
I have something to add here.
Say it.
We have a rare experience, my fellow Starseekers. We saw what he was doing when things went the other way. He kept Andaria going. Am I correct? As best as he could. Humanity was wiped out, all mortals were, and he kept it going.
For his own gain.
But think about it. At that point, with what happened, he did what he had to do to keep it going.
I think
With what he had.
I actually think what he did was he took advantage of the situation in that spot, of all the leaders, all the heroes, and that were gone in that scenario. There was no one to stand against him. I mean, all the council was gone. He was the only one left, so he just took that as his right to go and do whatever his master plan is. I do believe that while he wants Andaria to carry on, I do also believe that he wants to take over. He wants this world to be his own. And if there was no leadership here, that's exactly what he would do.
But if there was no leadership here and he was here to do it, what's wrong with that?
That's my point. I mean, he would take away your free will of your choice to go, do you want to be Kharonite or not? Right now, there is a choice. He would take that away from you because it would be in his best interest that everyone is a Kharonite. Well,
Let's hear from
vampires,
depending on how you
not
view it.
Kharonite.
Let us hear from.
Vampires, not Kharonite.
Yeah.
Kept Andaria going, yeah, as all undead. What
All
kind of
mortals were wiped out. What else is he going to do?
They would.
Mortals were wiped out by the gate opening in the old way things turned out before.
No, they weren't. It was only all that was taken out was salvation in the leadership. Indaria itself wasn't touched by that blast. They weren't wiped out.
Isn't that not what happened?
Who you talk to?
Um.
I'm not going to speak as a dungeon master.
Okay.
You can ask people in the room, though.
Okay.
I'm sure that's the way that it was. That when the weapon was used, it was targeted only at the ship, at the Karenite fleet that was there in the battle, and Andaria's moon. All that was wiped out. Andaria itself was never.
That's not what I saw when I went down there.
If I may speak here, Investigator Christor, I will tell you that many were killed upon Andaria in the alternate reality I saw, and because of I was in proximity to the watch, I believe that I've become some sort of a bit sensitive to it, and I do acknowledge that also was used by the group here several times, perhaps to aid us and for a good cause. But I am concerned from this because, we are using the watch that Bardot has placed in our possession. But yes, many were killed, and those that survived, many turned to vampire in this alternate future that, thank the Lord, did not happen.
Yes.
So, let us now focus back on our task. This man here, I find some very interesting things with this, and I've been asked by Lord Bertram to investigate him, and I have found something very interesting that makes it very hard, unfortunately, Lord Bertram, for me to put the blame on him squarely. What do you mean? You have seen he brought back the necromancer, and you have seen that it led to my father's death, someone that has a great and powerful impact upon our world. It led us to here. We barely survived. How would he not be culpable for this? Your words don't carry any weight. Well, I believe they do. If you listen to what I'm saying, is that there is the issue of it is hard to argue with someone who has powers in time because you don't know if they're operating with the best of intentions or not. But if it works out, then they could just take all the benefit, can't they? Can't they say like, oh, it worked out, and I have a feeling that this gentleman over here is going to say exactly that because we won this war. I don't know if we'll lose tomorrow, but today we won, and I imagine his defense will be some sort of something saying that, look, we won, and therefore thank me. And you see Bardot just kind of smile when he says that. He goes, so I would imagine it will come down to not that. How do I argue with the Chronomancer? It is very difficult. So I need to look into the letter of the law and to see if he is responsible. And unfortunately, I have found a loophole. One that I unfortunately believe that it might make him not culpable, as you would put. Now, I'm going to stop right here.
How many fate points is it going to cost us?
You, using the powers of memory. So Damien says one out.
Oh, no. Captain Memory.
You must all figure out, with the help of the fans who have a really good sense of the history.
Oh, thank God.
What? Welcome to Riddles in the Dark. I'm your temporary host, Tony Hansen. And you must currently figure out the riddle. The riddle. Wait, I need my pencil, like Tom does.
You want this?
No, I got it. He goes, what the riddle? What did Investigator Christor find out in his investigation? You have 10 minutes. Ooh. And, if you can't figure it out, I get a steak dinner.
Are you answering yes or no questions?
Yes. All right. And no. Okay, so now this is an answer that you can all answer, actually, if you just watch the show. And for those of you, some of you experience it directly, because you were on the show. Of course, you must pull your information from 230 episodes or something like that. So I understand. Sko, good luck. And everyone else, good luck.
I have no shot.
So you can ask some questions, yes or no questions. I will give you 10 minutes on the clock. Maybe I'll give you a little more, we'll see. But if it comes to an obvious dead end, then you will lose this battle, and you will have a different outcome.
It was a loophole, you said.
Is the loophole in an episode prior to the events that we witnessed in Christor's Diamond retelling, like the events when he brought the necromancer out. Did the loophole event happen prior to that in the show?
Did it happen prior to Christor's investigation?
No. When we we watched that event of him.
Oh, that event.
Yeah.
And you're asking, is the loophole before that event?
Yes.
Yes.
So the loophole. So clarification. So the loophole is before the Knights of Andar. From the Knights of Andar, so it's previous to Knights of Andar.
Yes.
Does it have to do anything to do with the fact that he was the chronomancer at the time?
No.
Was he the chronomancer?
He was a chronomancer during Knights of Andar.
During Knights of Andar.
I love this because he was a chronomancer for time in a reality that no longer exists.
Right.
It's kind of like having leap year. It is one extra day, and it's forgotten about after. But he was in charge then, and like oversaw it, and then he was removed.
That's interesting.
Well, not removed. He moved himself. Yeah. So it's interesting. So history could not record him as a chronomancer.
Because it didn't actually happen, but it did happen.
But he was.
Wouldn't the loophole be that
It's like he put it back before he went back later.
Right. Yeah. The chronomancer is actually aware of it, but like time-wise, it's not.
Right.
It's almost like he was like what for a small amount of time.
Bill and Ted did it.
Is
like
the
that
loophole
film.
the fact that like it's technically not the same version of Bardo? Like this is not the same Bardo that,
Explain.
because if there are multiple timelines and each timeline has a different version, doesn't necessarily mean that one version.
You lost. You're lost in the fabrics of time.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
You might have been onto something there, though.
Might have been something.
I think I was.
I think you were too.
It seemed
you were
like
too.
a good beginning there.
Yeah, but good beginning. Like,
But
So I'm going to go the other way.
oh.
Is the necromancer that returned? Is it somehow that necromancer is not the same necromancer from prior?
No.
All right. Now we go back. Does the loophole have to do with what you promised when the necromancer was originally destroyed in this quest? The way it was destroyed. Because originally when we killed the necromancer, you're like, the necromancer is not coming back.
Ever.
Because
Abyssia took her eyes out.
Like, is the loophole have something to do with that event?
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
So I'm trying to narrow down.
No, it's a good ask. Yeah, it's a good ask.
That was a good
Okay.
question.
All right.
Is it to do with something to do with the Arcane City? Is the loophole to do with something that happened in the Arcane City?
Well, the whole thing revolves around the Arcane City because the event is there. So I don't know how to answer that except by yes.
Does the loophole include tomfoolery?
No.
Does the loophole include the fact that have to do with the fact that portal was open and unsealed? The reason we originally went there in episode 1 was to seal that portal, right? To like the inner layers.
No, the fact that was unsealed doesn't have any bearing on this case now.
Okay. I know.
Was the loophole,
Okay.
Was the loophole in an episode of Arcane City?
Well, Oh, sorry. The loophole was. I was going to answer a different way, but I don't have to. Yes. Yes.
It's a loophole.
You wouldn't do with him being a child. Like,
when the
With Dan's mom.
when the event happens, when this event happens, it doesn't happen. You go, oh my god, it's a loophole event. That doesn't make any sense. But when you take the facts and you put it together and you just realize there is a loophole, so you have to,
walk through it.
You have to walk through it. And this is once you get it, it's going to be super.
Does it have to do with the coin in Arcane City in his hat?
The coin, no.
In essence, when she got him.
Does it have to do with us going into the Dark Majesty's like alternate reality and like things that happened there?
No.
No. All right. I'm trying to think of things that were like like outside of reality? Or does it have to do with one of the times that we stepped outside of
No.
the timeline? So it's something in
Your time's actually
I don't you know,
time foolery, as Phil put it, is
That's a
not,
good word, right?
yeah,
All right,
is not involved.
okay.
I was proud of that.
It's like it's fact.
Yeah.
This happened, so fact. There's a loophole.
Okay.
So here's a question: Did
I'm excited about this one.
Did
Go ahead.
someone order Bardot to make the deal?
No.
Okay.
Bardo made that deal because he felt like it was the right thing to do for him.
Because if someone had ordered him to do it, then he wouldn't be culpable. It'd be the person who ordered it.
Interesting. But remember, this event, the loophole, it happened right in front of you. So there was never a time where we saw Bardo take orders from anybody.
All
Was
right.
it when he took the throne? And
This is
No.
this is related to like the killing, correct? Is that?
You were so unfortunately.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't there.
I'm just trying to piece what I can.
Does the loophole have anything to do with Vigorish and his well, just it doesn't have to anything to do with Vigorish and anything he did?
No, not as a core. If I say yes, it'll make it seem.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
You know, heading down the path of, was it to do with the creation of Vigorish turning him into a vampire?
Think of the history.
Yeah.
Think of what happened. We'll walk the Bardo timeline, and you absolutely will get there immediately. That's all you have to do.
So go ahead.
That was a long time ago.
Well, the first time we see Bardo, right, he and the Dark Majesty are imprisoned underneath Arcane City,
Right.
right? Is that the first time we see him actually?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah. You encounter him. He was encountered as the Clockmaker.
Right.
That's how he was known. He was a villain.
Right. And then
He was freed
he was freed.
throughout the whole. As a collateral damage, he was freed.
And then we see him again. Next time we see him is down
Arcane City.
in Arcane City.
You see him as Arcane City, where he's one of the lead, almost like in the background leader pulling strings.
yeah.
What a weird position for him.
I can't imagine that. Right. He's one of the.
It's a powerful elite.
He's one of the elites.
Yeah.
And he
Okay.
was trying to in with the necromancers, remember, but they wouldn't accept him.
And then he swore revenge on them because they wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him into their clique, and he joined up with the rest of the good guys to kind of overthrow them, kind of work them from inside. Right?
Mhm.
Is it to do with that?
Is it having to do with his position as a
No.
member of the Resistance?
No.
Okay.
Was it to do with him not being part of the necromancer, being part of the necromancers of that?
Nope.
Was it to do with his death by the dragon?
Yes.
Yes. Essence. What's her said
Sorry, it was
before? She
eaten?
said no.
Remember how he was eaten by
Yes.
Essence?
She ate him.
Yes. So how
What was the question you asked before? Wasn't it you asked me a
I said
different
it had
question?
to do with the dragon when he was with Essence. When she ate him, you said no.
It doesn't. Okay.
That was it. That was when the hat was. They had to go back for the hat and everything. But that was when she.
Well, you mentioned the
originally
hat.
Killed him.
Yeah, that's why I said no.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. The way he asked it now, that could be related to it, but the
Okay.
way you're saying it was no.
Okay.
So it has to do with the fact.
It doesn't have to-
Dying.
It was the fact that he was eaten.
The fact that he was dead. He was killed. So there has to be another version of him.
Is it?
If you have a question for me, let me know.
Okay. The
Okay.
question is that the loophole that there was another version of him?
Explain.
Because it's if Crystal goes in the past, he sees that he was killed
Right? He was killed.
by Essence.
Then what happened?
So clearly that version of Bardot is gone.
Okay, and then what happened?
That's the
And
version
then-
that made the deal.
Correct.
That version what? I'm sorry.
That's it.
That's the version that made the deal.
Yeah.
He's already
You got it.
paid. He's already paid his price.
he
and
paid
this is a
his
different.
due.
This is a different Bardot.
Correct. Exactly, everyone. This is not the same Bordeaux. This is a clone, you see. And can I hold this clone? However strikingly similar he is to the actions of his prior self. I cannot.
Does he have the memories of his past self?
He does not.
That's then.
As I've consulted with Raphael many times before, his memories are of when he was created, and nothing past.
Then yes, yeah.
But isn't he a star seeker as well? So wouldn't he have memories of his past lives?
Only if he went through the same...
I would not know of such things.
Well, he wouldn't if he was still a star seeker.
Well, we didn't until we went through that whole process.
That's
not
true.
Something that star seekers normally
That is
get.
true.
Right.
And he also doesn't have a soul. So
Yes, also something I do not understand, and yet he's still here, and he doesn't have a soul, and he's recreated himself, and I don't know where that leaves his soul, but I do know that the man, by the law, is not culpable for a crime that he did not commit.
I look at Lord Bertram, see what his reaction is to this.
He's mad. He's like, let's hear from Bardot. You have the floor. Speak. Well, I think that my words have been spoken for me very eloquently. I didn't do it. I'm so sorry, Lord Bertram. I wish that I could be the person you thought I was, but maybe I'm very close, but not exactly what you thought. I don't feel that I'm a villain. I don't feel that I am operating, what do you call it? I will bring you to the last step and throw you off a ledge. I think this world was on the ledge many times before, and I believed I pulled it from that ledge and put it back on course. I'll cite some examples, you say? Of course. So, in the Arcane City, I was there, and I helped the entire hero collective undermine the authority of the necromancers. Yes, was that me? Yes, yes, you want to say it's different versions of me, but it is everything that could be done by me and anything that I could do in my power. If it was another version, I'm so sorry. Let's take it, yes, I will go to something more current. Perhaps you want to talk about the entire existence of the world during the attack of the necromancer. Well, you see that I stood in and I became the necromancer in that time, and I led the heroes with guidance that they are standing in front of you in different forms, of course, but they can attest to this and help them. I helped put myself into it and get them to the point of where they could help themselves. There was a pivotal point after their battle in the Sunken Kingdom, and I was confidently able to move them to the next part where they could help themselves and move along, and that of course ended in a secure and stable timeline. Past that, I try to do everything I can. I cannot imagine any time when I've ever been called upon and have not helped this world. I would even say that I perhaps am the most impactful person on this world. And yet I am here, an investigation. Let us take us to something more recent, because I know some people say, well, what have you done for me lately, Mr. Bardot? So let's take us to today. Well, what did I do? I've heard that many wanted to talk about the evil doings of me giving away my most prized possession, the very powerful item, my watch. I gave it to you. I gave it to the Andarian Council. And yes, I heard, because I've foreseen it. I saw all the ramblings that would said, oh, he will gain power by this. Wow, and someone gives me a gift, I'm usually very thankful. And I don't say, what are you trying to gain from me in the future, A favor? No, I take the gift and I enjoy it and say, thank you. Something you might try, Lord Bertram. Because when we look back at the events, I believe that I put my watch in the exact perfect place. I believe it was used many times, 5 or 6 times. I can look at my records, of course, but I believe it was used. And tell me, heroes, was it used to the benefit of Andaria?
Highly useful, yes.
Oh, highly useful. Is someone writing this down?
Yes.
Can someone... Thank you. So, I believe I am at a simple loss that if you want to talk to any version of me and to say what I've been doing, they all come out on top. And if just in case there's anyone in the back that's wondering about the version of me that brought the necromancer back, yes, I have looked into that. People died. And you know what? It was the right decision. Because sometimes the bumpy road is the one you have to take to get to the right answer. It's not straight lines. And that decision saved our world. That's all I have to say. Let me know if you want to reinstate me onto the Andarian Council, and of course I'll be here. And if you're worried about what might happen to the people of Andaria in the future, instead of fearing me, then come to me and maybe I'll help you once again. I'm going to go. My watch? Who has it? I have it. Thank you. I'll talk to you shortly. He gets up and he leaves. Take your recess. He gets up. He storms out. Everyone begins to talk amongst themselves. You can roleplay.
I'd like to go over to Raphael when they're done talking.
Sure. Okay, you guys go first then.
I love it when he shows up. I'm going to say it.
I felt that was incredibly awkward. But yeah, I mean, I go over Christar. I'm like, that's not even really a loophole. That's just not the same person. It's like it's like trying to hold somebody accountable for what their father did.
Yes, literally, almost.
Right.
I think he is very upset about his father, and he sees that the event led to his father's death, and he cannot get over this. And but yes, you cannot hold a man responsible for something else that somebody else did. Who cares? It could be his twin. He did not do it.
Right.
You also have to be careful, though. Remember, Bardot does nothing unless there's gain for him. He was the chronomancer, and he went and he only abandoned that when he took over the Citadel. He helped us, yes, but it was to his own gain, so he could then get the whole Citadel under his control. He gave us the watch. He's gained power from it. We just need to be wary of him. He might be different, but he doesn't do anything unless he's going to get a gain out of it.
I get that, but I'm going to ask you a question. I want to ask you honestly. I just point over my shoulder at everyone else in the room. What's the difference?
Nothing.
Between him and any of them. They all want what they want out of it. Right? And I think that,
My only concern is that Bardot's generally the only difference between the two that I can see is that they're generally doing it for the greater good versus Bardot's doing it for more personal gain.
I agree.
I agree. I'm not saying that it's not doing what he views as being best, but if he wasn't going to gain something for him, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think there's going to come a time where his interests and our interests as people who want the best for Andaria aren't going to align.
And I do not want to have that day.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's the next Starseekers, right?
The next gen. You hear doors open, and you see Lord Bertram come back in, and you see his knights are kind of walking amongst the crowd and actually clearing everyone out. And you see Raphael comes over to you. He's like, "Oh, you guys stay. We're going to be talking about a few things." They all leave. You guys are in there. All the council members are there. Obviously, Bardot is still not here. He left. And Lord Bertram sits down. He motions for all you to sit down. And Altari comes over and sits down. I may be upset about what happened, but we went through the process, and that's kind of it. The law is the law, and he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. So yeah. Do I trust him? No. Do I think that what he did today was helpful? I guess so. But it doesn't change things, and we just have to proceed with the way things are. So Altari has some important things he's been bringing up, and it's a little bit above. It's in the clouds for all I know, so gotta let him take over. Altari leans forward. As you know, many of you are Star Seekers here. Some of you are on your way to become Star Seekers. You're following that journey. the events that have recently unfolded put you all at a test. It was a bit of a coming of age crucible, if you will. It's a way to prove to the world and to yourselves that you are Star Seekers, and for a way for you to bring out who you are into this version of yourself. I have already advised the Ondarian Council about the two greatest enemies we have. One of them is exactly who you think it is, in a way. Bardot is our greatest ally and also a possible enemy. He is trying to rise to the highest level of frequency, or the highest level of power. He may do this all the way, to a point where we are okay, to the very point where it starts breaking apart our relationships with him. He may walk a path that we can no longer walk with him. Would that come into a battle? It very well may. And that depends on the actions taken here by the Ondarian Council and also the Soul Seekers. The other enemy is Kanos. As you know, Kanos had a plan that he put into action. You encountered him in the future, when he was powerful, and he seized Karen for himself. You stopped his plan. You stopped everything that would have happened with the Temple of the Immortal Dragano. Now it is, of course, it is the Kingdom of Astra, an ally, to mention. Kano's plan was stopped. As I see it, it is inevitable that with only a few days' time, Kanos will rise to power in Karen. He will seize control as all the leaders are gone. There is a vacuum of power in the political space. He will take it, and he will use it, and he will try to unite Karen against us. Of course, we have befriended Gatrin Everstar, who is amongst us. Gatrin could be a way to help us. This is not known. The future will happen in this timeline the way it unfolds. It is possible for Gatrin Everstar to take the lead, but there are many timelines where Gatrin is killed. If you are willing, the Ondarian Council would like you to go forward and to try to stop Kanos. I personally have problems with this because I can see the different timelines that happen when you go. All of you have different desires, missions, and goals. When you do this, you may be in conflict with each other. You will have to decide if you can trust each other or not in the future. You will come to a great moment, and in this moment it will be revealed what side everyone is on. Just as you judge Bardot for the side that he is on, you may have trouble being on each other's sides. But perhaps with communication, that day does not come. It is up to you. Kanos and Bardot, right now, are the two greatest threats to Andaria and our existence. Today, there is one more threat that must be dealt with. Kanos has learned how to tap into the portals, as you saw in the Temple of Dragano. He is working to establish a link, which he has done, into the Nether. You see the portal. Any portal that is connected through anywhere that is in between any plane of existence must travel through the Nether. Especially a portal like in the Arcane City that is currently connected to nothing, which means it currently goes to the Nether. The Everstar is comprised of souls. The blue star that is in the edge of our solar system. It is comprised of many souls for energy. It was created with dark intention, and it gets its power from the Nether. This is how Kanos is able to use it to travel. Kanos, in the next few days, will make an attempt to destroy Andaria if the portal is not closed. It can be closed very easily, but it must be closed. Do this, and we can move on to the next leg of your mission as Soul Seekers. So that's pretty much it. Head back to Arcane City. Crystal's going to go with you. Close the portal. Should have been done before. Apparently it means a lot to the future.
We'll do it.
Sorry to ask you to do one more thing, but
Who can close this portal? Is it magic?
Christor can close it. All we have to do is make sure, just like when we first met, make sure he has the time to do it. We know what we're going into there. It's a city full of hungry
Yeah. Hungry
monsters.
vampires. Oh, never thought I'd
But-
get back there again.
It's got to get done.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've been there recently though. Did anything's changed?
If it
I mean,
if it's changed, it's only worse.
last time I was there, it was vampires. So
It's bad. However bad it was the last time any of us were there, just picture it as worse now. I think that's a good way to get set. We're
rest of the
just
white side, they won't be hungry for us.
That's
there you
that's
go.
a good point. We're Kharonite vampires, so we're not necessarily vampires as the same, but
All right, you're gonna rub it in. All right, we're all gonna
One
go.
thing is that maybe we can move more freely.
All right,
They'll
That's
ignore
what
us.
I'm thinking. They might just ignore us, and we can move more freely and get things done that no one else, or get us in ways otherwise others can't.
I like it.
I think you're nuts, but that's okay.
What else is new?
You like nuts, so it's all right. You like that a little bit.
nuts.
Yeah.
Look, you heard what we're gonna deal with after this. This is the easy part. Let's go. Let's close this portal.
Let's go get our ship,
Wait.
and then
Can
we'll.
I suggest something then? If we're going to do this, why don't we go up from the dark? We can go down the dark and go straight up that portal and be at the bottom. We don't have to go through through.
You want to?
at all.
Let me a question. You want to crawl through the literal earth in Andaria and go through miles and miles of crawling when we just fly there? Why don't we just
Yeah,
fly
What
there?
I'm saying is, we can get from the bottom. We can go straight up, and we can.
Oh,
And
Okay.
we
maybe
can be underneath.
you should go that way.
We can be underneath.
We can meet there.
Okay, who wants to go that way with Del?
No, thank
Well, the
you.
other way we could do it is teleport.
I have no idea how to get there that way.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I want to. Like, I hear what you're saying, Del, but I want to. If we fly there, we get to leave very quickly. When things go bad, right? If we climb there, then we have to climb down,
Yes, flying there is the best bet.
right?
There's value. I see what you're saying. I've done that climb personally. It is not the fun climb. It's not wasn't on my bucket list, and it was very dangerous.
5 out of 10 wouldn't recommend.
No, don't recommend that climb for anybody. But if we were there and we came up, I think that would be a very good idea. But we are not. We are on top. We have a spaceship and stuff. That's a lot of climbing.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just putting it out as an option.
I think first of all, I don't know anything about the dark other than
It's
What?
dark.
another person of that was me once did a long time ago.
Yeah, no one wants to go there. So
Isn't it like all like a war zone? Or like, right? Isn't all the Triad owns that now?
it is still a war zone, except that the Triad pretty much has control of it.
Oh.
There are resistances. There are pockets of that, but they have control.
That's number 3 after we deal with 1 and 2. Oh,
In the future, we can help them out. Yes, of course.
all right.
I just abandon them. We do it every other time.
That game.
It's always the next thing we're gonna do.
It is literally always. You know what? We should get on that thing. Put a pin in it. How many pins are there already? 5? Oh, put a 6th one.
This one's green.
This one green means go go go.
What do we say we get going?
Let's do it.
I'm ready to go.
What ship have we got?
I think they were going to give us a ship. Do you have a ship for us? We have many airships you can use.
Do we still
Not a
have the
problem.
S2s or whatever the name of the
It's
ship?
it's
that
up on the.
direct us in-
It's at Salvation.
it has?
It's into.
Yes, our ship is still up in Salvation. Yes, we're not going to let you use a Kharonite ship in our
No,
world.
not
It will
that
drive the citizens mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right. All right. Can we before we just jump in a ship and go, can we supply up first?
Yes, just let us know what you need. We'll get you on board one of the ships quickly. You can rest while you're on your way there for a few hours, and then just get down there and close the portal. Christor, how long do you need to close that portal? Not really long at all. I 1 minute interrupted. If I have that, and everyone can keep anything from dark away from me, we'll be fine.
I'm going to need somebody to help fix the Titan suit. Apparently, there's 5 holes in it.
All right.
Is there any replacement crystals you can put in it?
Well, I don't need it for the power. I just need it the durability of it. You know, kind of got beat up going in the chest and all, but it still functions.
All right. We got.
We'll say they're able to repair it for you.
Okay. We have any? I don't know what fights. Does holy water work against vampires? Do we have anything that
It does sometimes, yes.
we can get any of that here? Remember, we got there's a limited amount of clerics that are.
I agree. It would be nice if they gave us a cleric of some sort. There was
Yeah.
are the clerics still there? No.
There was like 2 left.
It'd be wonderful if you had a gun that shot
And-
holy water.
and that was like they weren't doing well. I don't know if they're
gun.
gonna
A water gun, yeah.
still be survived
Holy
by the
water.
time we go back.
Take that.
We do have clerics here, but none that I feel like would be appropriate to help you. I almost don't want you to rely on the powers of a cleric. You do have Ayana with you, I believe. You have
That's right.
the ability to protect.
I do.
All right, we're good. We got it. Just get some rope,
Rope.
grappling hooks.
Yes.
That's what you think. We just need some rope. That's all we need.
And can you not-
That's what I want to just supply up. We're the head of a kingdom. We should be able to get supplies for an adventure.
Yeah,
and not
yes.
Don't leave me down there next time, too.
yeah. That's another.
Looking
goal.
at you.
You might want to take with you is something with its fire related, because vampires burn nicely.
So does wood.
When we get
So-
there, I'm going to stay on the ship, and I will take my gun out, and I will provide covering fire. So at least when you get out, I will be able to help you.
I love that for us,
The
yes.
chances are, just so you know, when we get out and up, we will be getting chased
Yes.
by like hundreds, if not more, vampires.
We will put the rope ladders down so you can catch up.
Yeah.
And then
Just
jump
be
on.
prepared for a lot of very fast run kind of stuff. All right.
What
Okay,
was the
I just-
creature that was there last time?
The Glegenduck.
The Glegenduck.
Yeah, do we have a way of defeating that? Do we know how to fight it?
I think that we're just gonna hit the hell out of it until it dies.
Do we?
That's usually the way you kill stuff.
Do we know? Does Crystal or anyone else know of any weaknesses that it has that could that at least give us a better chance versus it?
Well, look, everything there is probably gonna be hurt by things that have radiant damage, holy damage, things of that nature. So if anybody has holy weapons, radiant weapons, things like that, that's gonna hurt almost everything that's there. All right, that whole city is cursed.
Is there anyone here who is like an expert in this region who would know what this creature may be? Anyone studied up on on what's happening here?
Well, unfortunately, there's no one who really studies the vampires in there anymore. I mean, Arlight used to spend a lot of time in there, but it's a curious place.
Yeah. I get the impression it's
Yes, it's worse than last time.
no. Yes, but I think that whatever's happening there, it's
Cultivating?
yeah. That's it's making itself. That didn't exist. Like, there's no reason for other creatures to be there.
Ah, yes, that does seem what I'm.
So it's like a battery that's fueling itself from something.
I'm
From the
thinking-
Nether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something is escaping from the Nether.
Yes. So let's get there and deal with it.
You know, it's a shame actually because we are closing a portal to Nether,
Yes.
but inside the portal there's. Am I incorrect to say astral crystal?
That's what. Yes. If we were to tap into that, that'd be wonderful.
Lord Bertram, how much astral crystal do we have at this time? Well, from what I believe, we have just the amount that is in the last ship. So we cannot make any more capital ships. The idea you're proposing is dangerous, but extremely powerful.
To go in. Try and mine first.
Clear it out.
We could
Clear it
send
out,
down-
then mine,
we
and
could
then send the
send
ship down. The
We could send down numerous miners to get in there, but they would need some time.
Yeah.
You would need to hold off forces for considerably longer. It's up to you. Decide the mission you want to do.
We've also got the
Whoa.
gate at Astral with Wexel and all,
that is also true.
so it's not like
No one else
that's
can get
the only
there.
one.
Oh, remember the book? The book that was there. There's other sites as well. We got off the mining ship. They marked it up. There were other sites. So
Well,
this may not be the only source,
Right.
but it is on Endaria. We don't have to go anywhere to get this. If we could secure Arcane City, clear it out of all the vampire kind or the evil vampire kind here, and secure it, you've now got a source of astral crystal that we've never had before.
I love that.
I
Seems
suspect
like that's a big job.
that astral crystal is going to be very important. But yes, we're asking a lot more of ourselves if things go wrong.
We have to clear it out.
Yeah, but
It- hold
first
it.
off,
Can we go down there with any reserves, like anyone to help us clear it
Soldiers?
out? Yes. Any soldiers around? Anything available to us? Foot soldiers?
Most of our men that we can spare are on salvation. Our light does have its troops, but I don't have anyone that's really specialized in going down there unless we want to pull in a veteran.
and yeah, I don't want to. Rank and file soldiers aren't the best thing to send into that because all that ends up being our other guys we have to fight. No offense to
Exactly
them,
my
but-
point. Yes.
Right.
do we
I
have
can-
a way to make the gate
I-
anyway?
I just cleaning out a city. I can kill a lot of people. I don't think that 8 of us are gonna kill
That's what I think.
an entire city worth of vampires.
Well, I know someone that might be willing to come to our aid.
And who's this?
Red Knight.
You think the Red Knight is going to come to our aid and solve a portal problem?
I do. It's worth a shot.
Go for it. Ask him.
You must have had a positive encounter with him.
What?
You must
I
have
can
had
speak for the Red Knight if you wish.
You must have had a
can speak-
positive encounter with him.
You speak to him?
For him?
I can channel the Red Knight if you wish.
Oh.
We are not in a sacred place, but I could do it for a time. Perhaps if I was down below where the Keeper's crystal used to be kept, I could chime in and channel him for you.
That would be very helpful. Thank you, Altari.
If you wish. Is this what you wish to do?
Alright. You do that. I've never spoken to an ancient directly before. No other. Like, you do that. I'm just gonna go get like rope and stuff. Alright? you handle the
Everyone starts getting
God,
starts getting ready. The airship starts getting ready. You start pulling people they think they might need. They're temporarily preparing a gnomish crew to actually mine everything. If that's the way it's going to go, you head down with Altari. Who goes down with Altari? Raphael comes down as well. 2 Mage comes down. Who's been pretty
I
silent.
guess I'll go with you. I was there last time you spoke to him.
Yeah.
I'm like that
I was
guy
just
in
like on the
background.
wall, like
You guys head down. Do you go as well or no?
Nah,
You guys, those of you that want to go.
we're gear people.
for sure.
I'm with them. I'm with the gear people.
Okay, okay, people. Okay.
Really now? Okay.
You guys, okay, so the non-gear people that we've now sectioned off, you guys head down into an antechamber that is below the throne room, is where the crystal used to be kept, and there you see Altari sit on the floor, and he starts meditating. Within a few minutes, he opens his eyes, and everyone in the room, you just see the Red Knight, and he stands up. You're not there, sorry.
I won't look. I'm sorry.
He feels him looking at him.
You could be another person there, so we'll make it okay again.
Quit looking at me. Why is she looking at me?
You've called me once again. What for?
Yes. It is good to see you.
And you?
I'm calling upon you now. You said that we should show you our strength and give you reason to fight for us.
Indeed.
Do you know the outcome of the last battle?
Yes, I'm watching.
Okay. We're in need of your help.
Mm-hmm.
Now. We're looking to stabilize a portal so we can get astral crystal.
I'm aware of what's about to happen.
So you know everything. Okay.
Yes.
So.
This
Also,
will be your final test. Go in there. If you close that portal and don't pull out astral crystal,
don't pull
any
out
hero can do that. I want the astral crystal. Give me the astral crystal. Because you know why? I can't turn it on without it.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay.
Your
Understood.
choice. Close the portal. Because you must. Get me the astral crystal. And I will take you to the fortress of Zir.
Thank you. I tell everyone. Oh, well,
And that is it.
thank you, Altari.
Well,
So we're gonna say you guys leave and you go to the airship. Everyone's loading up. The ship's like it's rope bridges to it. You guys have plenty of rope. Rope for days. Rope for
It's
days.
just half filled
He's
with
just
rope.
like, I am ready.
It's
Rope, man. They're roping into going.
Hanging off my branches. Just like,
Right. You guys go on the ship. Any supplies you want, I'll let you call it anytime up to when you leave the ship. And the Gnomish crews are basically waiting on the side. Lord Bertram's there, 2 mages there. Everyone's just kind of walking around. Many of the Andarian council is kind of talking in another room, another area, but you're just there with like the people who are kind of action ready with you right now. The noise of the airships in the background. Lord Bertram, what did you decide? What are you going to do?
We're going to get the crystal. We're going to close the portal.
we need it to get to Zir.
It is a risk to get the crystal, and we don't need to risk everything for the fortress of Zir. You know, to turn that thing on, apparently, it could kill everyone.
The Red Knight's going to come with us.
Even so, he will not be an ancient when he's out there with you. He'll be exactly what he is, a knight in red armor.
He's our only hope.
You know, you put your faith in these people that you think are powerful and all-knowing. They're not all-knowing. Yes, maybe they know more than you. But you're going to keep putting your faith in him. Because you're riding everything on him.
It's more than that, though. It's also, if we get the astral crystal, we can build more capital ships to defend ourselves. If we don't get the crystal, we can't build more capital ships. And if we were attacked again, how are we going to defend ourselves? We have one capital ship. That's it.
You may not even get enough for another capital ship. Because what if he needs all of it? For a fortress? Look how much, you know exactly how much it took to run the capital ship. You found that astral crystal for us. We're now going to run an entire fortress.
But you're
In the
planning
Stella.
against Kanos then.
I don't have a plan right now. I'm not saying what you're doing is dumb. I'm saying it just is a very high risk situation. And if you're going to do it, you better be damn well sure that you want to do it and that you can take care of it no matter what. Because I believe it might go sideways.
That is understandable.
Bertram, no matter what happens, the portal's going to get closed. That's priority one. That has to happen.
Yes.
If we're able to get the astral crystal out, we'll do it. If it's a choice between getting the astral crystal and closing the portal, that's not a choice. Closing that portal.
That's right.
He looks over at the Gnomish teams and just goes like this to them. You see them all like start moving onto the ship. There's 24 gnomes.
Okay.
They're all like the probably like very they have all these gears and gadgets all over them. They're all on the ship. They have all these tubes and such. They have all these backpacks on it to collect everything. and looks like the Ghostbusters. So they all get on. It's in your hands.
All right.
He walks away.
Are there any crystals around?
No.
No? Okay. Looking for a diamond or an emerald.
I'm going to go to Zim and go, Zim, do you think we should get some explosives with there we can try kind of bomb the city before we get there? I mean, check it out.
Well, I didn't.
It would not be the first time this city was bombed.
True.
That's exactly the point.
Did I ever tell you the tragedy of Melissa Bonani?
Bombing Banani!
Funny. In the end, she couldn't save herself from her own bombs.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, Melissa.
I did get so it's okay. I did get some Greek fire. I thought it would be a good thing as a holding line.
That's a lot. How much did you get?
I asked for
All of it?
Yeah. So give me what you have.
There's about they gave you looks like 100.
Yeah.
So we're going to re-bomb the city that's been bombed before.
Why not?
It might be a good way to distract the vampires if we bombed on one side and went in on the other.
Incredible. How many times will the city be bombed?
Until it's purged.
Bomb, 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 bomb,
I don't know where that came from. Sorry.
Who are you?
We're going to purify the city. That's what I mean to do. We're purifying it with fire.
You don't have to purify it. All you have to do is keep them away from where we are.
Right.
This is true. What if we make a ring of fire
That's
around?
what I was thinking. This is a dividing line.
So, okay, let us be smart about this. First, let's get on the ship and go.
Yep.
You guys get on the ship. You're planning on your ship. While you're on the ship, they pull out a map of the Arcane City. So, it is the large guild hall, the governmental building.
Yeah.
We can drop fire around it and keep that fire lit. With what you have, we probably have to lose half of it to start, and then we can keep it up. One of your gnomes, you are smart. Come here. Hello.
Is Belmont with us?
Oh, I forgot about
Sorry about that.
Teacher, you forgot to give us homework.
We didn't want him in charge of the football explosives, right?
Bellman walks up. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, God.
Why would he be here though?
They made me come here.
He's crew now.
No one likes it.
I was all the way out. I was gonna go sit down in a jail cell and not die in some stupid situation. And then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, they're gonna use the gnomes to go do some stuff," and you're a gnome.
Is he born on the 24th or is he the 25th?
Yeah, you're asking that again?
Yes.
He's not 24. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, if you want me to help, I'll help. Okay, great. You are really mad, like all the time. You don't have to be mad. You can answer like a reg. Like a regular person. That's what we call regular people.
Oh, I miss those guys.
Regs.
Moment of silence for the regs.
Whatever. What do you want? We want to dump this spit it out! The enormous fire. I want to put it on this building here. You see how big it is on the map. How much are we going to need? How long will it last? So, okay. If you make the fire, then after... Not that long. You should have brought more.
That's all we had.
15 minutes? Maybe?
All right.
Okay, so if this angry man is correct, then we have 15 minutes to do this. This is not a very long time.
Oh.
He goes, Gnomes, how long do you need to get in to take out the astral crystal? Well, we've never done it before. We don't know.
Aye.
You got
Oh.
10 minutes.
You have 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do we need to light it before we go down, or do we need to have it lit? Like, can we light it, go down?
We need to light it beforehand and drop everybody in.
And then get down the lift, let it go out, and then when we're coming back up, we use the communicators we've got, and you relight it again for us to get out.
I think that you might get trapped in by a vampire.
Right. If
Yeah.
the fire goes, if we let the fire go out, they might just swarm.
If we're
Right.
together and I can cast out my circle of protection around all of us,
Anyway.
Yes, the power of
we
friendship.
stay together.
Yes.
Right, but there's gonna be not just us.
Remember, that buys you 30 seconds. You'll run out of concentration. Don't forget.
And we've got 24 gnomes plus whatever astral crystal they're carrying. I don't know how big your circle is.
We need to drop people in.
55 feet.
Okay.
You can fit everybody in. We need to
Great.
drop everybody all at once. We need to move as a team. We need to jam these gnomes into this elevator as much as you can. Is the elevator still working?
Yeah, what was the status of that?
When we left, it was. You went up it, and then I went underneath it.
Okay, good.
But that was a while ago.
I had a horrible thought that it was broken.
It might be.
Is it
Wait.
broken?
It broke.
Oh, the gate fell off.
Yeah, the front of it, but it worked. It went up and
I
down.
remember,
That's the important
I heard the report on this, and I thought it was broken. So good. It's just the gate. So we need to get in this thing, stuff all these gnomes into this thing. We need to ride on top of it, not break it. Get to the bottom, and we need to be careful that we don't break it. That is a very.
That's a lot of weight.
I'm very worried about.
I'm worried about it too.
breaking thing.
If it even works when we get there.
Right,
So
so
we-
the bigger problem. It takes 10 minutes to go down.
Oh,
How far down is it?
It's huge.
far.
Really far.
It takes a long time to get down. So
I am very frightened to say this, but it looks like we may have to escape into the dark if we cannot escape. Or no, that was a dumb idea. Do we go into the Nether?
Oh. I didn't want to go into
we
the
get
nether.
out?
I think we should
Astra.
just close.
Yeah, we
the
had that
door.
Astra.
I don't know what will happen.
Get out of there.
That is not a very good. That we have to risk everything. That's a good thing to. Let's just set that parameter.
Wait,
Do we need to risk everything for this?
Can't we get...
All right, I just
wait.
wanna. I made a commitment.
Can't we speak to
Let's ask the
Wetzel?
gnomes. Do you have any experience repairing elevators or anyone?
I do. Yeah.
Yes, can you maybe take a look at it? Maybe make it go faster when we get there? Maybe you can...
Faster? No, I can fix it.
Yeah, that's something.
I have to have access to the gears. I can have access to the actual lift case. But there's a bunch of us. You know, we can all do that very quickly.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's something. See, that's
The primary goal here is to close the portal,
Right.
not use the portal.
I just know that this is apparently a big thing with the Red Knight. You are wanting this very badly, yes? This could change the entire game, of course.
Yes.
I'm for helping you achieve your goal.
Yeah, but
More importantly,
that's goal 2.
Yes.
We have to close this portal.
So,
that's not
right out of game, the fun part for me is if you do not succeed in getting the Astral Crystal out, the Red Knight does not come along, and if you want it, you'll have to find another way to get that much Astral Crystal to ignite the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you would have also failed the Red Knight here, so you have to prove otherwise.
Yeah.
So it literally takes that whole plot line that's really awesome because he joins your party, but it's also he joins your party, and this is a really interesting and hard thing to do.
So we're like one step away from that, but if we don't do it, we're 2 steps back, kind of thing.
Or a million steps back.
We should go. I think we should go for it. We should really make.
I'm not encouraging you to do it. I'm just letting you know the stakes.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw something out there for you guys. Is that there weren't that last time we were down here? There weren't that many vampires down at the portal. So if we could clear the area and secure it, that would give you more time.
Wasn't there a ton?
No,
No,
there was a time we left, and that was because there was like a favor asked.
I was swarmed down there when you guys left. I don't know.
Right. We ended up getting a ton, and Arcane was like, I can hold them for a little bit, but I can't
was on
hold them
top
forever.
That was
Yeah, I
filled up
understand, but, like-
leaving, so. I'm saying at the bottom where the portal is, there weren't that many from what I remember.
Well, they were all the shadowy beings
Yeah.
Yeah.
that came up. Of course, I remember the shadowy beings were chasing us, and they were overwhelming us down there. There were a ton of vampires down there following us.
Yeah.
And those shadowy creatures, excluding that Gelding Doc fellow, was there, and they were chasing us out. I don't know if that portal is energizing that situation into a very bad situation for us, or if it got worse, or if it's the same. But I would imagine that energy from the Nether would actually draw more of those creatures to it.
Can you tap into the amethyst that's down there?
I imagine so.
Remember there was the tree was down there, all the vines.
That's when you brought her.
Yeah. Where you first appeared. That might be huge
Should I
for
do
us.
that? Am I able to do that?
You might have more control.
From
So
where I am?
there are bits of amethyst. It's all like dust and like small fragments of it, and you want to try to tap in. You're saying?
Yeah, but just from where we are now?
No, not from when we're down. When we're down. there.
Yeah.
You believe that that's interesting? It's possible. Maybe you'd have to be really close. Much closer than than like
5 feet away from it last time.
you could try. Yeah, you could try
Like,
to be above and do it. But you don't know if
like
it
where we found you. Like, if we get you back there, can we like tap into it when we're there, like on site, type of thing?
Possible.
All right.
Perhaps we could use the airship to draw the vampires to a different part of the city while we go into the bottom. And then when we are ready to extract, they could use the Noma's fire to pull us out.
Quick question. Is it daylight right now or is it dark?
No.
It is currently daylight.
Okay, so we don't need to worry about the fire right this second.
We don't have to worry about it until the sun goes down.
Until the sun goes down. At least not on top.
At least not on top. Yeah. So, what do you want to wait for the sun to go down?
No.
No?
I think they're saying like when the sun's up, it's gonna be easier.
It's gonna
for
be
us.
easier.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you're gonna okay. So then you better hurry.
You wanna really test yourselves?
Did you wait till want to be maximum scariness?
Can we make it harder?
All right.
What's horrible trait imaginable?
Okay. Gnomes who've never done this before.
Yeah. Please don't call us that. But yes.
These are my guys. Remember.
Right. Okay. Fine. You know, I've never gone into the Nether before in mind. Understandable.
We've never mined any astral crystal. Ever. No one really has. Like, there are people who have found fragments of it. That's about it.
All right. Great. Very encouraging.
Sorry.
Do you know how to use the equipment that you have?
We've tested on rocks and dirt and water. So, yeah, we can get any of that stuff up you want.
Because we were on the station and we got our memories back, there was astral crystals there. We didn't mine it. Gatrin and them just brought it, right?
Any astral crystal that you guys know about was either given to you or was found in small fragments.
Okay, but we knew how to get it out of those small fragments.
You know how to collect it when you could. Yes.
Okay, I'll give them a crash course on what little I know.
Yeah, so it's not much. It's just basically you found it's like finding gold dust amongst the rocks, and you're able to pick it out and take it. But you're also finding it in a very interesting form. They try to use it in that form, but again, that form is solidified because it's been exposed to atmosphere.
Okay. So, all right. When that's filled up, your backpacks or whatever else, are you gonna be able to move? Is that gonna be so heavy it's gonna bog you down?
That's true.
Because when we leave,
It will be heavy, yeah. It'll probably be from what we're preparing for. I'll be definitely heavily encumbered.
Can we reinforce the elevator to maintain that weight? Is that
I should
possible?
have brought a teleporter.
Well,
Isn't
some of us can, but not we just by ourselves.
All right. Here's another question.
Oh.
This ship, Jacques, if it needed to, could it blast through the building?
This is an airship. It is not a ship for the stellar. It does not have any crazy things on it. It does have cannons, I'm seeing. We could bombard the building if you want to make a rubble around it.
That's also true.
What I want to see is, can you just fly down there and get us?
No. How would I do that?
That's what I was asking. You
No, the lift is
yeah, but
you have to somehow blow open the way down.
That's what I was asking. If this could do that, I don't know what's on here.
It's too far down, man.
All right, man. I have to tell you. Sorry, no. I don't know how we're gonna get it out.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna get it out.
How big are the canisters?
It's not that big. I mean, it's a enormous backpack, but like,
Even just closing this portal is going to be a huge challenge.
It's a shame we don't have a giant tube.
I've been sitting around in a station with a bunch of lords for the last I don't know how long. I can't wait to attack something. Don't worry about that.
Well,
Like,
the Titan's got a storage bin. I mean, I can take some of it. That way, that frees some of the gnomes up.
Didn't one of you mention having a pocket dimension where you had yes. How about that?
we could try and put it in the tanks in my storage, my dimensional storage.
I love that.
I'm a little worried about the storing something from one dimension into another dimension. I am very worried about this idea. I don't think we should do that.
Okay.
In our world, it was kind of a last ditch effort.
Let's start with first ditch efforts.
All right. We're gonna go down there. I don't know how long it takes to get there, but all right, we're gonna go down there. We're gonna put the fire up first before we drop in. We're gonna get down as quick as we possibly can. Mm-hmm. Before we get to the bottom, the fire's gonna start going out. Right.
Right.
Well,
okay. Start.
If it's still sunlight, we don't have to worry about the fire until it starts getting dark.
Right. Okay. Then we get down there. We're gonna get immediately attacked by a bunch of scary things. And the more we fight, the more things are going to come. Because guess what? Even though it's light upstairs, it's always dark nighttime down there. Right?
Right.
We're going to be fighting those creepy shadow guys, the clicking clock, whatever his name is.
Clicking clock.
Right.
Gelgendok.
Gelgendok. We're going to fight, I don't know, all sorts of creepy stuff. We need minimum outside the portal 1 minute. Inside the portal, I don't even know. How are you gonna is it just sitting out there in the nether all over the place, or do you gotta go look for it?
We don't know.
Didn't they say it's by the portal? It usually happens.
We are told that everything is near the threshold.
Yeah,
should be we go in there, but also people say that how dangerous it is inside, so we don't really want to be in there too long.
Well, you guys have been there before.
You're not really going inside, are you?
Right?
They don't really have any strong memory of it.
But we have no clue what happened while we was in there.
But they got out, and that's the important thing.
If it was the other me, then you could probably ask a bunch of questions. But but
he's still there though.
He's there. He could be there. It could be scary. We don't know.
I'm not sure what kind of creature he's turned into.
All right. All right.
Said he's a nightmare and he ran away from him and he's a god. I'm scared.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Guys, don't worry. You're gonna get in there. You're gonna find this stuff. You're gonna suck it up quick. You're gonna get out. We're gonna just figure out a way.
I wish I had the watch.
That elevator fits.
That'd be wonderful, right?
Like there was.
Out of game, it fit 4 suits, and it was tight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not gigantic. That's my memory too.
Regular people, maybe.
With the elevator?
Yeah.
I might have to stay up top.
I can climb back up again if I have to.
You. Oh, you could get on. You were on before. But here's my thought.
Before I grew.
Yeah, how we all gonna even get down there?
I think grounding at the site where you were from might be huge. You know what I mean?
I do.
That's where I spoke.
All right. You cast spells. Right?
Yes.
Can you cast spells to get us down without using the elevator?
Not really, no. Just for myself.
Can you cast? Oh, just for yourself.
Yes.
You cast spells.
Yes.
Any spells that can get us down there without using the elevator?
I can teleport 8 people, but I have to teleport them to a place I've been. And I know well. So I can't teleport down there, but theoretically once I'm down there, I could teleport 8 people out of there.
Okay, good. That's a bigger concern. As bad as it's going to be, it's going to be harder to get out. So,
but only 8. I can't do more than 8.
All right. So here's okay. Wait,
Would you be able to channel the Dragon Wizard?
You're gonna go down. You're gonna go down and start memorizing down there when we're down there. When we get out, you're gonna take gnomes from down there to the airship here, wherever the airship is, right? Okay. And then come back and get more. Your gnome astral crystal transport.
It will take me a minute and a half in between each teleport.
That's fine. It takes 10 minutes for the elevator to go any direction.
I know. I'm aware.
Right, so that's still much, much faster.
What if?
Remember, if I go away, if I take them to the airship, it's going to be a minute and a half before I can come back again.
Right.
And it's going to be a minute and a half again, me being there before I can go back to the airship again. And
Got
that means
it.
I can't do any other spells at any time.
All
I
right.
have to keep refocusing on that.
Got it. If there's a better way that anybody has.
I'm thinking about a way to get down there faster. If I go
Okay.
down there first,
Yeah.
and then I change the gravity of the floor beneath the fall, and then when they jump down,
I could also help
and
you
they
with that
suspend
as
there.
well. But
You gotta be so sure that's gonna work.
I can hold it for a bit.
A
You'd have
bit.
to
Yes.
time it just right. You'd have to time,
time
it.
it.
Just right.
No.
No.
So
You want to see that play out so bad.
Yeah, I do.
So like we jump down a hole and then you cast.
Then I cast gravity, and then like when you get down, just
Don't blink.
a little Spy Kids 2 action.
Chuck Girl says, "Could you somehow hook the elevator to the ship and pull it up faster?"
Ooh,
Man,
I got a lot of rope.
that's great.
That's
you do have a lot of rope.
Have a lot of rope.
that idea.
You have a ridiculous amount of rope.
Random gnome number 22. We could bombard the building and to where the lift is, and then we could drop a rope down to make sure it doesn't fall. That is.
But what if the rope gets messed with?
Well,
Which it very well might.
yes, I mean that's only solves one problem. But we could use like 4 ropes and tie it to the top, and then we can carry more weight on it.
Okay. Like it.
You could literally at that point,
Weight distribution.
you could put everything on it, and then you guys just hold on to it. Had 10 minutes. Don't do that. Sit on top of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, then you would just lower and up, go up.
we would just take all of you out directly. You don't have to no ring of fire to keep them out, but you could just get out directly.
Quick class elevator. Up and away. Let's do it.
That's the way to do it.
All right. Good.
Good thing you brought all that rope.
Okay,
Told you,
so
man.
you're going to head down there. You're going to bring 4 separate ropes. You will tie them all to the corners. All the gnomes, everybody will go down. We will keep everything braced. We will keep lowering the rope. Thank God we brought the unlimited rope.
It's a
I
compliment
told
of
you,
rope.
man.
It's like you knew.
I knew.
You are the chronomancer.
Would I
You're the
also
rotomancer.
Would I-
Rotomancer.
would I also be able to ground and then like grapple the, use my grapple to hold on to the elevator to stabilize them as my have vines grow or my limbs grow?
I thought you were gonna
To go
come down.
To go all the way down? No,
I don't know.
not
I'm
that
just
far.
asking.
No, in a situation of you bracing something, yeah. In a last ditch effort, something happened, but you can't go down that distance.
We are Groot action. Yeah, that's when all the ropes break.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what you are.
Last resort.
And then I cast gravity.
So then we bring everything down. So the gnomes are going, all of you guys are going, and then when you get to the bottom, you'll have to maybe fight your way through, get to this portal. The gnomes will go inside. We wait till they get the astral crystal, and then you start closing the portal. It takes 1 minute. You get all the stuff. You put it on. We drew it in one trip. Because when we go up in the airship, we're going to lift the entire gate off of the system, and then this thing is going to be out of the quest for good. For finally, no more lifts. It's going to be done. Many dark things have happened on this lift.
So on the way down, can the gnomes? Can you work on reinforcing the cage?
Yeah, we would need some time.
All right, well, we have 10 minutes to go down while we're going down to reinforce the cage.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we can start, when we pull it up, that force
That's
is
the
gonna
time you have.
that force is gonna rip it right out. We have to make sure it's good.
We have to borrow some metal from this ship. So okay, guys, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
They start running around and start picking things up.
I like that guy.
Does that screw come out? Do you need the screw?
I like that guy. I like that guy.
All right. Good. All right. Let's think. Let's think now before we fight. What do you have that kills evil things?
I have this bow, and
What do you?
Can you make your bow sacred energy?
That's
Can you make it mystic energy?
I can make it mystic. Yes.
I believe that if you could make it sacred, then you could use that would be very helpful.
I could make it.
You can.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can do that.
Sacred's a type of mystic.
Okay. Great. Yes.
That would be very helpful then.
The guns
also
on the
just-
Titan
I
are
can-
mystic.
Him too. Oh,
Who has? You have Mystic Guns, you were saying?
Yeah,
I also use channeling guns as well, so I use mystic guns.
So anyone who has mystic weapons should be those who are up front and clearing the way for us, of course. So this is good. This could work. This is very dangerous, but it's possible. That's why I'm getting happier. It's possible. Before it was ridiculous.
All right.
Is this Christor or is that
Who throws a shoe?
It's Krista.
I'll throw a shoe.
Who throws
This
a
is a
shoe?
shoe, honestly.
Honestly.
Honestly,
All right. Can you like make people's weapons?
I'm sorry.
Can you make people's weapons magic-y, holy?
Can you apply sacred energy to weapons?
Right. But he said,
Could you ask another boon of Andaria or something?
I can bless. I can also ask for a boon from Andaria.
yes, I think this would be a good time to, I don't know,
Call her up.
Get
Meet
a
with
boon.
yet another
Get a
god.
boon.
Okay. Have another godly session.
Hey, sis. Yeah, girl. I gotta have another one. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I got you. Come on.
Can I get one more, please?
Yeah,
You
I know.
just gave me the biggest one ever. Can I just have one more? You pray in some time while you guys are still traveling there, and you feel like it's a time of recovery, and there's no answer going to come in right now.
Okay.
Like it's almost Andaria is reforming right now with the crystal.
Right. I'm curious as to what that's gonna do for her as far as
Should be
no
interesting.
one knows, right?
Yeah, well, one person knows.
One person.
all right.
Okay.
What about you?
I got my dragon gun here. It shoots fire,
That's good.
so that's something.
Fire is very good against the undead, of course.
Abyssia also has her fire elf bow. That when she shoots the arrow up, it forms a
Oh, I can't. Okay.
dome of protection, fire protection. And also, if she shoots it to the ground, it clears with a ring of fire.
So as many fate points as you have could be very helpful here.
I have 3.
I have 3 as well, and I'll save them for an emergency.
So it's 3 rounds.
Okay.
It is possible. We will need a little luck.
We also have circle protection.
Okay.
Is this the plan? Is this what we are doing?
I think so. Then we're gonna have to let circumstances run it from there. We have communicators. We can communicate to you from down there. Del made mention of that before.
Yeah.
Yes, we have arcane communicators. They have. Yes.
Okay. I just don't want you. I want you to know when to pull.
One of the gnomes comes over and he gives it to you.
Oh.
You use that and it'll let me know. I'm the captain. Of course, my name is what's his name?
Jerry.
Sillery.
Sillery.
Theo.
Sillery.
Theo's good too. Tom, you choose. Whose name?
I like Sillery. I like that.
Sillery. Okay. Captain Sillery. So you let me know. I'll be leading the team down, and we'll communicate if any problems. And Jacques, you have the other one? Yes, I have one myself, so we can all talk.
All right. Good. Okay.
Better. Air hopper would have been better.
Yes. Captain Air stepping.
All right.
I thought that guy should have been a hero. It just didn't work out. Just like he just hated you guys.
Yeah, so well, too.
He's still in Queensland drinking in a bar.
He's a hero of mine somehow.
Yeah.
Look.
He stood. He's like, no, I don't have to stand for this.
He was my old Clint Eastwood impression, as best I could do in gnome form. I just felt like he was gonna be awesome, and then he just hated you guys. It didn't work out. Okay, so you guys are getting close. You see Arcane City in the distance. You guys are coming up. Pretty coming up, and you see in the streets immediately creatures which you assume are vampires, as looking quickly, or just rustling shadow to shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks a lot like it did when I left. Except it's not on fire. Oof.
Okay. All right.
Let's do this. Are we gonna blow up the building first? Or
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll go to the yes. We'll blow up the building. We'll open up the top.
It would be better to do it now than when we're in it. So yes.
He circles around, goes around the building. You see all the cannons go.
Please don't destroy the lift. Please don't destroy the lift. Please don't destroy the lift.
They all power up, and the episode ends for the season.
Man.
That is the end of season 2, episode 12. Return to Arcane City, part 2.
Oh my god.
Guys, the journey begins next time. It's season 3, The Search for More Money. Episode 1. And it's gonna be an amazing season. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm so excited for it. I have so many fun things below them happening. That's ready to go. And we're gonna talk about what's coming up. I'm not gonna talk about Arcane City right now in the immediate, but I will talk about in the after show what's coming up for the next season. And the next season is not next week, although we may be doing some episodes next week in Fuwan. We have a couple of special guests coming in. We may do one-offs in between, and whoever wants to join for that will be invited to join. And but we'll be re-beginning season 3 around September 15th, whatever is that Wednesday right there. So around the middle of the month of September, we'll let everybody know. So in the meantime, good time to catch up on things. If you're just catching up the show and you're brand new, start watching, and then you can be ready to be right there in the action when we're ready to go. So guys, we're going to go to the after show. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. See you soon. Good evening and welcome to Celestial Engine, and let me tell you something, it is hot.
Oh my god, yeah, it is. So hot here.
And sometimes I say that and I just say it, and maybe it's like mildly warm, but no, Today it is hot in the engine room, so
Like
we're about to get to it. Yes, this table's on fire right now. Guys, we just played season 2, episode 12. It was the conclusion, the season finale. Return to Arcane City Part 2 to Celestial Engine Season 2. Let's go take it over to Tom Kakoza, and we're going to ask him, what does it mean, Return to Arcane City? What does it all mean, Basil? What does it all mean?
This is a tough one, Tony. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try here. In this episode, we returned to the Arcane City.
Oh, so you caught on.
There you go. I will say this, just because you say part 2. We returned to the Arcane City, both in our memories and in our characters' actual
Yeah,
lives.
exactly. Right.
We did what we did then.
That's all I got.
But again,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so Arcane City was where Bardot's clone was, and that's when it all happened, and you guys went back there today, and you're literally back there, so, like, it is literally a return. So, yeah, I'm super excited what you're going to do, and I had the thought that you might not get to this, but I didn't think that would happen. I thought you would get to it sooner, but everything just took longer. We did a lot of role-playing for the investigation, and we started late today, and that we lost maybe like 30 minutes, and I needed that 30 minutes. So, but that's okay, because I saw that was happening. I realized how close we were getting to it, so I was like, you know what? Cliffhanger ending is even better.
Oh, it was good. It was
So
good.
You caught me by surprise. I did not. I was like, ah!
Yeah,
that
I think
was
gonna happen there.
me
I
there.
could. It wouldn't even be a situation if like we would run late. It would go way over, and I'd have to
Yeah.
look for another moment.
Right.
And it wouldn't be worth going into it. I better let everybody like stress it out, sweat it out for the next month and a half, and figure it out. And everyone would be like, "What was the plan again?"
100%.
I know we have lots of rope.
That was involved.
whose idea was it to take all this rope?
With rope.
Yeah. So
Set the rope on
Not
fire?
the
Was that it?
gnomes.
yes, yes.
Ropes and gnomes. Ropes and gnomes.
Ropes and gnomes.
Ropes and
Ropes and gnomes.
Yes.
Let's put this out there.
Ropes
It's
and
crazy
gnomes.
how you started the season in Sunken City, going in there, and you're going to start the next season going into Sunken City.
Arcane City.
Arcane City, yeah.
Yeah.
Arcane City.
How
You started the
embarrassing.
season here, going in there. You're starting the next season, going in there.
I love it. I love it.
Yep. Something special about Arcane City just really gets you here.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Brooke?
Oh man.
Brooke loves Arcane City.
Right here.
Right about here.
She loves to hate it. Yeah, so
Right about here.
It's where Ashita is.
Yeah.
So we have now concluded this season. This season was very different from season 1. This is season 2. What was it different? Everyone straight on that? 1 came first, then 2 followed.
After.
Tom, are you with me?
Immediately after.
I'm so glad you explained it.
Without
Thanks,
delay.
Cotton.
Thanks, Cotton.
What was the biggest difference in theme between season 1 and season 2? Who's paying attention? This is for 1 fate point.
This just seems more like theme. You mean like the overarching thing? Like, is that what is that what you mean? Like,
However you want to answer it.
because
What is-
it seems like it's just way more actiony and just way more in your face. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, there was a lesson. There was an underbelly lesson. I told it to Brooke, so you're kind of.
I was going to
biased.
say it, so never mind.
Season 1 had a lesson, or like a
Get
thing
your
we were
point.
exploring.
Yeah.
Season 2 we had a lesson and a thing we were exploring, and then when you're ready, if you don't know it, I will let Brooke answer.
I'm going to throw this out there. I think in season 2, season 1 was about the nature of self, and it was a journey for us to discover, like, and we talked about this, like where we felt like we were comfortable going and not going to, like, what is the essence of ourselves, right? And we made decisions based on that. And it led to a determination about whether we felt like to maintain our soul's integrity going forward, for lack of a better term right now, to end our lives, which we took. I think season 2, I don't know if it's exactly the same thing, but I feel like a lot of this was self-determination. It was a lot of, you have options. There's not going to be a sledgehammer of plot that's going to, like, block you in. There's no magical wind that blows you from going left.
I thought you always bring that up, yeah.
It's the best one. And I think that it was like a journey to determine what kind of hero you want to be, like who you are, not what's the nature of yourself, but like
following a fate line kind of thing.
right. Like we constantly were given options, like, this is a path you can take, you don't have to take it. Right? This is a choice you can make, you don't have to make it. even through, I think, towards the back half of this episode, where it was like, this one, leader character is telling you, do this. This other leader characters do this. This is the most important. No, this is the most important thing. And like, you're gonna have to determine that. And like, someone's actually said, like, hey, in the future, there's gonna be a point where you may feel the answer is a different answer between the lot of you. You're gonna have to deal with that. To me, that was what I felt like was something with the season.
I also like how we're not afraid to do what we think our characters would do. Like, I feel like back in the day when you were playing like a game like this, you would keep the party together at almost at all cost type of thing to keep going. But now Brooke decides to stay back, and like she stays back to do a thing that she knows her character would do, and look what happens. It's like this awesome thing, and she did the right call, 100%. But like normally that's not what you would do, like to break up the party like that. But that was a great move, stuff like that.
Right, and I remember when she did, she stayed behind. I was like, oh wow, okay, she's going to be out of it. And but it worked out perfectly because the way we were playing that episode, it didn't matter if you were there or not. You were playing out of your character like everything else. Yeah. So she got to like not pay the penalty. When we do that, when you're sitting on a Sunday afternoon playing with your friends, you do that and you're just like this.
Yeah,
right. And you're like, can I go play Nintendo? Is Nintendo hooked up?
Right. That's my husband would do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay behind.
And fine, like you have to do this sometimes for an hour, and we'd pull people back. I'd be like, Joe, Mike, okay, come on back. And they would go play for a while because we would play for an hour, and then they would be gone for an hour, but like there's no one watching, so no one cares.
You're honest to what your character would do. Like you do it, and it works out. It's like I like that.
Yeah, and you do try to keep the party together because you kind of want to avoid those moments.
Right. That's the first time I ever really did something like that, though.
It was good. It was bold, and look what came of it. That's exactly.
But
what
it felt right, and it felt like that's what she would do, and it
bear fruit. Yeah.
And it's not the first time this season that the party is split up. We had
for
different,
a good reason,
right?
And it worked out. And like me and you, we left, and
remember?
That was. We're not afraid to do what we think. Like
we left them on the mountain and everything.
It was very
true to what our character did.
I remember the first split, which was very unfruitful. When you guys you're in the castle and you decide to go out for a night walk.
That was funny.
And we all had to endure.
Well,
test the limits first. We
couldn't go play Nintendo.
I can go anywhere.
I think
I'm gonna open this door.
You know what?
Behind door.
I think you know what? That was my favorite part of this whole season. Actually,
you got to have
You know what?
Favorite part of the entire
season. My favorite part of the season because I just did like what I wanted to do. Now that's not on me. The fact that I only found whatever I found.
It's not on you.
It's not on me. That's I explored the world.
He did.
I'll give him that. In that moment, I explored the world as best I could. I was given.
So I should have had a goblin jump out for everyone, right?
That would have been amazing. I would have been all about that. I would have been eating goblin stew that saved night.
You wanted to party with the goblins that night. That's what you wanted.
But like, I don't know. I enjoyed that part again, and I think that
it was
you were
crazy.
giving us a little.
It was awesome.
I'm with you. It was crazy.
I like it.
Sitting in the nightgown, drinking tea.
Right?
The nighttime, nightgown, sleepy time tea.
No, I care because I think you're on point.
I liked it.
I don't know. That was
It was
a
fun.
real
Like a world-building thing.
moment.
Yeah,
I feel like that.
Good for you.
Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah.
I liked it. I like that you got to sit down with Super Farmer and like Super Farmer was like, hey.
Character, that was like a real true moment.
Yeah, I feel like you
It
needed
was a
that
very
too.
true moment. Everyone had nothing to do
I
with
feel like you
it.
needed that push too to remind you, like, hey, as Botorius, you did this, like, because your character was like, oh, really this, I feel like that helped, like, give
I like
a
that
little
this is
push.
what we're
There was
talking
issues
about.
with that too. Yeah, for sure. So.
I think like doing that.
Are we on target or are we off base?
Wait, can I? Okay.
You have anything?
No.
Yeah.
That checks out. Checks out.
Checks out. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brooke.
Yeah.
So, yes, everything to what Tom said.
Tom was pretty much right.
Yes, Tom was
All
on
right,
the
that's all I
money.
need to know. Good night, everybody.
My
job is
done.
End scene. But also, it's always in the back of my mind because Tony and I do speak after every single episode, after every
have the
Wednesday.
after show.
We have the after show on the way home.
Icebox.
Actually, it's the third episode. The second episode now is me, Phil, and Brooke.
Yeah.
Third episode is me and Brooke. We're going home.
Right, exactly. And it's always in the back of my mind because yes, it was like figuring out what is the self. In season 1, are we our bodies? A lot of us got used to just being a crystal, and our bodies didn't really matter to us at that point. And in this season, we also learned, and I feel like as Ayana and as Brooke, you realize that there are so many different timelines, and everything that's everything is happening, right? Everything's already happening, has happened. This is what it is. We're in this timeline. So, like, you know, according to who you are choosing to be, that character, that personality, who are you in this timeline, is going to dictate all of your actions. But in the back of your mind, especially I think for Ayana, it's like Tony brought up the fact, like, you know, if there's you're in this current timeline, you know there's a million other timelines. If you see a puppy that's about to get hit by a car, you know that in all of the timelines that puppy's going to survive and he's fine, but in this timeline he's getting hit by the car. But do you save the puppy in this timeline or not? Because you know he's going to be okay. He's okay in a parallel timeline. Right?
I'll take over.
Sorry. Yeah.
So can we have the points?
No, but
No, you're doing good.
it's a matter of like, do you?
Let me. I can help. I can help a little bit. So I think Brooke is saying in an existence where, because she was contemplating the fact that, like, couldn't I just jump to another timeline where Kanos isn't a problem? Because she goes through Altari. Couldn't I do that? I go, he can do that. She's like, well, why don't I just do that? I was like, you can. So go ahead. Is that what you want to do? And then she started talking deeper, and then we came up with the idea of the puppy. And I said, like, she was saying, okay, well, if I know I can be this way, and this is meant to happen, and this one, and it's not meant to happen here, just choose, and that's what it is. And I said to her, I go, would you, if there was a puppy getting hit by a car, would Ayana, like, help her? And she's like, no, because that's what's supposed to happen. I was like, I think you're answering as what you think a character might answer, but I don't think that's correct. I go, Brooke Armstrong, in real life, in front of you, you know there's many existences, many universes, and this one, who knows what's going to happen? A puppy's going to get hit by a car, what are you going to do? And she's like, I'm going to save it. And I go, why isn't that the answer for Ayana?
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, yeah, okay, you're right. So it's about choice, what you said, and the fact that when given all possibilities, you know, people worry about storytelling with the multiverse because the whole point is that some people say the multiverse is the death of story. Yeah. Because in a way, it can be, because you don't know, like, where you're going so big, and you kind of can wrestle with that and say, like, but I could just go to this version in a way that you could teleport, right? That one, and go to this one where it works. But we're talking about self and the choice that you have, and the person and the experience you want to be. And if you remember, what do the ancients keep telling you? It's about the journey, not the success. Right. So, like, you choose your experience, you choose who you want to be. And yeah, go ahead. Do you want to choose a planet where, like, you don't do anything, where you're not that hero, and you want that certain life in a certain way? Sure. But do you want to have this existence of meaning, deep meaning, you know, and something that is affecting more people? It's about choice, and it's about who you are in your depth. So when you say choice is exactly what it is, and it's about what I told her, it's about your existence. We question self, now we question your existence. Because what is existence when anything is possible?
The choice that we made in the first season to just, you know, relinquish ourselves for the greater good, so our soul can go on. That was like the hugest decision that we made.
You made a choice to believe,
self-sacrifice, right?
To believe in that, and now that you believe that you're there,
right?
You're contemplating with things so big that you kind of just need to kind of decide, you know. Because at the end of the day, she's right, and that kind of blew my mind a little bit. I was like, yeah, you can go to a timeline where Kanos doesn't exist. Is that what you want?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All the time. Yes.
So that's what it is.
But
it's about choices. It's about, when you hear that, what is that? How does that make you feel? Like,
it's funny. It brings me kind of out of the game almost. It's like, yeah, you can go to that timeline, but it's like at the end of the day, the quest. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Of course.
So now, so here's the element that you want to say something, Ken?
Yeah, I was just gonna say something like quick that like. After those events of the first season and what happened and what we found out about ourselves and now getting our memories back and all, it also, I felt like, gave us this sense of like, you know, whatever we choose to do, that's the right move. Because of who we are, and not necessarily like, again, the specific character, but sort of the spirit of it and the fact that we're these soul seekers and like it's sort of I don't know, puts it in different perspective.
Isn't it Star Seekers?
Star Seekers, sorry.
Yeah, everybody been saying Soul Seekers all night.
Bertram said it wrong.
Yeah, and he just rolled with it the whole night.
Okay.
Bardo's
Anyway.
a soul seeker.
But
I was like, is the Mandela effect right now? Did it change?
that definitely, yeah, I mean that
Don't worry,
has a
Johnny.
big effect on
Jeez.
the perspective of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very different. You can take the fate point.
Sure.
So yeah. So this season, favorite moments.
Favorite moments.
Oh man.
I think you all love the nebula, like going into it and trying
that
to
was
unravel it.
crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really good.
That was
I
crazy.
think that was big. And that was a lot. That was
I like
most of
me
the
and
season.
you escaping the nebula. That was fun.
Yes.
That day was wild.
That was a good day.
That was great.
Everyone went from. I was like, okay, they're gonna leave the nebula and not do any of the things,
And we did all of it.
and then you both went immediately rushed over into the things, and I was like, oh, it's all happening in one episode. I need to make all outcomes
that
happen.
was something else.
That was one of my
great.
favorite. When you the soul's all over the place. Like when I use my soul vision, that was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah,
When I saw the souls.
yeah, that
My
was.
favourite part, actually, if I were going to say it, is the fact that you convinced Wexel to become a technomancer so that when we released all the souls, he could fix it. But you didn't know that it was going to happen. That was probably my favourite part.
Yeah, Wexel's place in Astra was a lot of fun, and I liked it because I was waiting for that to come up, and it's always I love the idea of Wexel having this weird. He needs to have a weird existence, right? Like he's just
His
weird.
name's Wexel.
His name is Wexel, like weird existence.
Wexel's pretzels. If you
Wexel's pretzels.
You can't make pretzels.
If you can't make
What else
pretzels,
can you do?
so what do you do with Wexels? So
How traumatized is Rob going to be to realise that he didn't actually kill Wexel?
you think he killed Wexel? He killed that version of Wexel.
Yep.
Yeah,
Different
but,
version.
but
He didn't kill this version of Wexel. I don't think Rob will care. I don't think he cares if he killed Wexel or not. He'll care if Bellaman is back. Bellaman's
my God.
that's
Oh, man.
that's Rob's soup right there. Oh, Bellaman. So yeah. So this was a lot of fun for me. It was different. I'm constantly trying to push the envelope, and if you don't, you see it already because in the story, the NPCs told you, or Altari told you, that while there are, and I'll tie it in with this, while there are other timelines and things that could happen, things you could do, it's all going to be affected if one Kanos makes it to the end and changes existence.
Can't wait.
So that doesn't matter. And if you chose to be in the sunny day, hanging out at the beach for the rest of your life, maybe you allow those things to happen.
The quest broke.
So
I didn't choose that.
you have those basically those three teams in a sense. The team with you guys on one side, then you have Bardo, and then you have Kanos. And I've told you officially they are all running for that goal. So you let them go or you don't. If you guys actually said we're gonna let them go, we would just roll for it. We would just go down for it and do a whole thing. And in the rest of the season, however long it would be like you watching Kanos actually go for it at the end and Bardo going for it, and then the entire existence would change.
It would be cool to see them fight each other.
Yes.
I would love that.
Yes.
And we could wait until it happens and then take off the whoever.
Yeah, straight up. I'm excited. I'm
Take a
excited.
watch, and then we could do it again.
I'm excited and frightened for the thought that if it came down to a fight, Kanos is scary. I'm the DM and I'm scared of that battle. And
Yeah, I know. I was in a room with him.
and then I think about Bardo, fighting Bardo. How would that go?
I don't know how.
I don't know.
I don't even know how. I want to be honest. I don't know how you, as a DM, do that fight.
You can't beat someone you
Right.
can see all the time.
I have the fight,
Okay.
but I don't know how it would sustain. How do you fight him?
I have an idea of.
The fight would be fun. I'll give you.
I have an idea of how I would fight him. Like what I think is the
As
way.
Bardo? Or just as...
No,
Like,
it means
I
how
had
would
to
you fight Bardo?
How would I fight Bardo?
Oh,
right?
okay.
So Bardo knows what's gonna happen, right, and can kind of like counteract what's going to happen. So I almost feel like you have to like what I would do. I don't know if this would work or not, but like my idea is these are my possible attacks.
Like random.
and I'm just gonna roll a die,
Randomize it.
and I'm gonna just randomly do something.
I think to
And
us
so
that
like
makes
there's
sense, but it wouldn't work
there's
like
no
that.
plan to my attack that he can kind of see. That would be how I would do it.
Could be onto something.
Yeah, but like he probably saw all aspects. Like
He did
Doctor
see all
Strange.
aspects.
He
Yeah,
goes,
he doesn't
At
know
that
which
point,
one he's
though,
in, though.
He don't, yeah, exactly. Now he don't know which one.
He doesn't know which one is
Right.
in.
You don't know. You don't know. So
Right.
that's interesting. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I think the
But
potential
how?
is using chaos magic. I mean, like a Wixel versus Bardo would be
Right.
the ultimate battle because Bardo couldn't predict what Wixel's going to do because Wixel doesn't know what Wixel's going to do. I think
Wexel is sort of a
Good
bane to
point.
Bardo. Absolutely.
I love that.
Chaos
you've
versus
got to
time.
use chaos magic versus Bardo or chaos.
We need a
Like you've got to have it where you don't know what you're going to do to the moment. Like even as you're rolling, you don't really know what you're going to do. And then you do it because you can't
Right.
predict that. The randomness of it.
It would be cool though
I
to
just
have
got
Bardo
another-
and Wexel team up
I just
against
got another idea. I'm gonna keep to myself right now.
I mean,
But well, we need to develop a Kano Spain because we don't have any of those anywhere.
Yes.
You would do it with Bardo.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I know his weakness.
Because
Bullets.
honestly, Bardo wouldn't want Kanos to win. So he
Yeah.
would actually confront that because he wants to win. So that could be the way you've got to spin it.
Possible.
Maybe Rabbit. You might Rabbit.
Oh, might rabbit.
So this season has been you guys coming into your own as the Mystic Heroes, and the first characters really that have taken hold of like, wow, we've been around for a while, you know, and you've been heroes of the world before, but this is kind of like something that is in a legacy. You know, you are realizing that you've been a part of this elite club, you know, for a while now, and you've decided as souls to do this. And the hardest thing, the most interesting thing was that the crucible you went through in the beginning, that you had to go through a story not knowing that Kanos already did a thing that was going to happen. But they not to mess you up and not to change your fate, they had to let you go and just get you in. And that's why in the beginning you were kind of rushed into the thing, rushed into everything else. And we kept talking about it like, you definitely feel like they're just throwing you on the treadmill and go. Because it needs to get done. There is a time limit. You showed up when you were supposed to, and they were like, is this them? You know, they went to, if you notice, they went to Raphael, you know, and it's like trying to prove, is this what's happening? Raphael
Right.
confirmed.
He's like, yep.
Yeah, he's like, this is it. He's supposed to let it happen. Like, don't get in their way. Do the whole thing. And that's why, if you notice, Bertram is not a part of any of this stuff. Bertram is just like, this is like voodoo to Bertram. This is all witchcraft. He's just like, okay, you know, whatever.
Right.
He's following along. And he's just concentrating on one thing. He wants revenge for his father. And if there's a way to get his father back, he would probably take that. That's why Christor was going out. Christor was doing what he was doing. You know, Bertram is doing a good job, probably the leader, but he's also just very focused on that. And to this, just seems like witchcraft. You know, he doesn't. He can't deny that it's real, but he kind of just like he thinks it's ridiculous. And even with the whole thing, what do you think? How'd you think about that whole case with Bardo?
I thought it was cool.
I liked it.
I thought that was going to go a completely different way.
Yeah, me too.
I thought Bertram was going to ask for accountability on chronomancers.
Interesting. The problem is that the chronomancers are like his allies too. But that's an interesting take. That could have definitely been an outline. What do you think the purpose of that in the quest was? What's the effect of that? What's the future impact of that?
Well, I think it put a schism in the World Council, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that could lead to difficulties in the future if we have another, you know, world threat.
Yeah.
Bardo's
And I
got
also-
watch back.
He got his watch back.
There could be more
But I want
clones.
to say this. I said from the beginning, he's giving us that for a reason. Like, you know, that's not like the people were like, it's a trap. I'm like, no, it's not a trap. Like, someone's gonna need to use that. I didn't realize it was gonna be you on the sneak, but like,
No way he doesn't use it.
On the DL.
but like, I feel like, I also feel like now Lord Bertram doesn't trust us as much as he might have. I think he feels like a little bit
I
like,
think he trusts you, but he also feels you didn't have his back.
yeah, like,
Yes.
I'm like he's like, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking of the scene in Jurassic Park where he's like, I brought you all here to defend me, and the only one on my side's the blood-sucking lawyer. He's like, you're the people who are supposed to come in and tell everybody how bad he is.
Right.
And we're like, well,
Right.
It's all perspective.
It is.
It's all perspective, yes.
I don't admit this, but I felt like
Speaking of
Lord Bertram was looking at it from a very narrow point of view, and he's asking a very specific question. And like we were trying to give nuance to it. We were trying to say like
he's
it's
like
not
coming
about
from an emotional place.
it's not
I think,
about
too,
is he
like-
good or bad, or is he he's an ally today. Tomorrow,
Right,
he may
and
not be.
he's the kind of person that like
Right.
he sees him for who he is. You all do too, but like he sees who he is, and he's not willing to look past that for anything.
Right.
And he's trying to hold up to the ideals that he feels like his father had, that he feels like his father had. Although we know Ross Patero. And so the oath is, you can bend the oath. It says, look, it doesn't break if you bend it just enough. But like the ideals that he thinks his father had, he's trying to lift to that. And he's like, we would never deal with this kind of person. I don't care what the benefit is.
Right.
And that's why when you guys are like, well, it's like you're playing Secret Hitler, and you're the bad guy, but you keep passing the liberal policies. You go all the way up. And you could say, I don't know, he's a fascist, but he's doing all the good things. Like, what are you going to do? How do you knock it down when he's doing all the good stuff? And that's the great thing about Bardot. Is he the greatest villain ever? Maybe. Is he the greatest hero ever? Maybe. It's great.
If Bertram had asked the question, do you trust Bardot? The answers would have been completely different. Like, can you sit there and say, do you trust Bardot? You'd sit there and go,
I said we don't
"No, I
trust him.
No,
A lot
that
of
wasn't
us
enough.
mentioned, and a lot of us mentioned that we didn't trust him.
trust him.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's not enough because he needs people to say that he's a villain. Like he needs to be vilified so that he could say that he shouldn't be on the council anymore. Because at least he could have kicked him off the council, and that and reveal that was Bertram's plan. He wants him to get off the council and not be involved. He totally said to that, like, well, this is a person who has power and sway over the world of influence, and we don't want that. He goes, that like, are we leaving him in the spot for real? But when you guys went around, I love that it was not what he wanted. And it was just like, no, good. I understand what you're saying, but no, he's an ally. So
At that,
if you notice, he couldn't even make eye contact with you at the end.
Yeah, I know.
He was just mad. He's like, I'm bound by law, and that's what it is. I have nothing to stand on. Even the investigator I hired came up. There's not the same person, so he has nothing to stand on.
I know. So bad.
If the question had been asked,
Should
should Bardot still be on the council, how would you have answered? Would you have
Yeah.
said he should have stayed on the council?
No.
He should be go. If you were asked
That's a
that
good
direct
question.
should
You can-
Bardot be on the council?
And that what that means is that should he be involved as a first line of defense for anything that is affecting the world?
I think honestly, I would probably in that moment have said, I don't feel like you should be asking me that question. I'm not part of the council. But if you were to ask me, especially the way that you just said it, the answer is yes. He is somebody. To me, he is like he's like you're riding the tiger, right? You know, eventually the tiger is going to throw you off and eat you.
Yes.
But until then, you're going fast, and everything else in your path is getting destroyed. Like, he is a great tool to have when you're facing these world cataclysmic events, until eventually he's the one, he's the event, and then you're,
you might be able to jump off before that.
Yeah,
and
reckon
maybe
with it.
survive.
That's the hope.
That's what,
Maybe
I think that's what Lord
survive.
Bertram was trying to say. Like, this is the moment we can
Right.
detach ourselves from him.
Right. That's exactly what it is, and that was his moment. But there wasn't even a speck of push in that direction for him to do it. It would have been interesting. The only thing, it would have been a tie if everyone's like, he's a villain, I can tell you. And you know what you didn't say? You faced him as the clockmaker before Audio Dungeon. He was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you didn't bring that up, and I was like,
I
oof.
didn't remember that at all.
Yeah,
But-
because he's more of a hero than a villain.
Yeah.
But now, then we would have been
mentioned it today.
possibly facing a two-front war with Kanos and
Oh, man.
Bardot. So it's better that we put this off for a little bit.
Wasn't the
Natural allies.
I forgot all about the clock.
It all comes back.
Davey knows.
Clockmaker in Kairon, was he?
I forgot all
Yeah.
about that, man.
He was a villain in Caitlyn, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
What you're looking at is you're looking at it from an Andarian perspective. Then you couldn't bring back the Clockmaker because he's not the same Bardot. They don't know him, but Bardot here has only done things to aid himself in Andaria. Looking at what he was like in Kairon, that's quite different because he was trying to build himself up on Karen, and that was the way
Right.
Karen was. So again, it would have been a hung jury.
He was a powerful like vampire basically on Kieran, and then when he came here, he was trapped and he freed and he made his living.
Yeah, the first thing he done when he became alive was harbor 2 fugitives. He let 2 fugitives go.
To Dark Majesty
No.
in Arcane City.
Arcane, no. On patrol.
Oh, you talking about after the?
After the bombing. Who here knows that?
They don't know your story. You haven't
They
revealed.
don't. They don't care either.
No, it's not they don't care.
I mean,
They don't
I don't know.
Does anyone know?
No.
No.
Yeah, they don't know. And then you said something today, and
I know.
Tom looked at me questioningly, and he just moved past it because he don't understand. So they just don't know.
Yeah, like I literally,
I was saying
I've asked you in Quest a bunch of times, like, and you've been like, oh, it's not, or like whatever. And like I don't know, I don't know your story at all.
And don't tell him.
Thanks.
Not-
Thanks.
Wait,
Yeah, you made.
wait.
I can't remember what it was, but you said something. You said, oh yeah, it was when you said like, oh, it's just like I left it. And I went and looked at him. I'm like, when was the last time you were here?
I've mentioned
all
a whole bunch of times last season.
He's been throwing hints here and there.
He's throwing hints and he's throwing guns too.
Yeah, he's throwing guns. He's throwing hands. And let's speak about that. So
Yo.
you had Phil salty.
Yo,
Salty.
Hey, he stole
that
something.
was
He
crazy.
he wanted to teleport you into a pocket dimension, into the folds of another existence.
Inside of Arcane.
Richard was. I think
Inside-
Richard was looking forward to it.
In a black hole inside a volcano. Don't be. This is the man who ate another player. Like, don't be careful what you're waking up.
Got lucky today,
You
bud.
wake up. The beast was waking up. So tell us. Do you want to tell us about what went down there, Charles?
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch. That's all. He should have took it. You know, that's
Convenient after the battle. Shouldn't have taken it.
Well, first off, I never said, yeah, use the watch in last week.
Didn't say shouldn't. Didn't say to stop.
I was also going back and
Didn't
forth
say
with
to
Crystal.
stop.
I was also going back and forth with Crystal, so technically I wasn't there for most of it.
So like, I'm. So
All right, that's okay.
I missed some episodes, so I'm a little bit.
Phil stole the watch
Yeah, that part I
from Chris
got.
Store.
What is? I don't understand, and this is the context I'm missing. Like, what made it such a big deal that he was using it that you pulled a gun on him? Like that, I didn't get. Like, I just don't understand what the escalation part.
So they were talking about the fact that Bardot could be empowered because everybody's suspicious of the watch.
Right.
He could be empowered if every time they cross the event
The event.
where she released all the souls,
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
then he would be empowered by that because it happens throughout every timeline because the crystal is in every timeline.
Right. I remember that. I was here for that episode. when
But
we
he never did that.
I never did that.
Right. That's
No.
what, this was all like going back and forth over the
Yeah.
last like 5-10 minutes or so. That was my understanding. Right.
You're right.
Okay.
And we didn't, but we also weren't sure if that he was somehow benefiting off of it some other way too. Maybe,
Right.
You know,
You
like,
don't know.
We don't know
that
what's
was
happening.
Yeah. So
Did
Okay.
not let
Another
Bardot
thing
get
is
his power, 'cause
How was it on top of that mountain? How was it? Was it nice? Good.
He's still there. Oh no, you took him back this time.
a little warm, but that's other than that. it's okay.
Alright.
all right. Well, you're both welcome because I stepped in and I tried to fix
Thanks,
the
Captain.
situation.
I was very curious. You told me
Any
that?
fate points for the three of us? That was awesome. Anything there?
No.
You can't record
I will say
You don't get fate points for everything.
I think for not
Hey,
killing
you
each
said,
other.
you said to bring it up. I'm bringing them up. If I think
Yeah, just me.
If you kill a player, I'll definitely give you some fate points.
Just me.
Don't say that.
Kill the player?
Yeah, don't say
Don't
that.
say
This
that.
is why I
will.
got
How
my
many?
face eaten off in the other quest.
I'm tree. I'm tree.
Kill a player.
my God.
I'm tree.
Yo,
Can I get it? Do we get a fate point if I get the question right?
I'll
No.
kill him right now.
Fate points mean you change the game. Like you've changed your fate. It's got to be something on a large scale.
Okay.
So if you would have pulled the trigger, that would have been.
Oh my god.
If you would have killed you, I definitely would have fate points. It's
Yeah.
not for being a good
Yeah.
guy, but it's about for changing.
Changing the course of the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would have got 10 points.
That would have been something.
Well, it would have killed me.
Kill a player? Yeah, I think I would hand out a lot of fate points.
So.
So you know, I could have killed you in one shot.
Don't say this now.
Yeah, don't,
It's
dude.
not-
Don't.
Maybe
You're just
more than 10.
tempting.
If it was done in an elaborate display, maybe more than 10.
How cool it is.
Off 2 people at once.
Tempt.
Whack a guy off.
Whack a guy off a guy to marry, you know?
Yeah. I'm happy that we went there.
I do have one question for the crew. How are you finding your new characters? Do you like the new system, how the system's going, or what's your opinion on it? You finding it easy?
I don't know if I would say
There's
easy,
there's
but-
opinions, you know. This things.
It's good. It's good. I'm enjoying.
open onions.
You know, the development of it. You know.
I think there should be a couple of weeks where it's locked in, and then maybe have the changes implemented. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's what happened now. You're 6 weeks between.
yeah.
Or
There
there's
was a
changes.
period when there was like changes, like a lot of changes every week or something like that. But
Yeah.
Having-
I mean,
having-
you guys
having a couple
are
of-
the test group.
yeah, having a
unfortunately.
couple of weeks where it's like steady, and then like a couple, like every 4 weeks maybe, like it changes. But like the every week thing is crazy.
Hey, how would he
Yeah.
have liked every week was a change? We
What?
What?
Every week
Oh my
was a
god.
change.
Yeah, that's
Right, which
yeah,
is
that's
a
what
lot.
I'm saying.
Every week's been a change.
That's yeah.
but
that's
not
what
of-
makes it tough to get a good feel of the flow.
Not
No, but
not,
what
not,
he's
of, not of
saying-
late.
What he's saying though is what you guys get is like only 4% of what happens in our little test group. Like
Yeah.
I know
when
you
we're
guys.
doing it,
You guys are
we're
going crazy.
let's try this, and then it's like, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. So there's like 30 different changes. We're all going like, we're looking
The question is really, we're developing the system to put out to everybody, right?
Right.
So do you enjoy the system is really the question. Obviously, like, it's annoying when we update it, and that happens, and sometimes you'll get a flurry of a couple of things. But, like, do you enjoy the system? Do you think that when it's done, it'll be fun to play? That's
Yeah.
So that's kind of
When
yeah.
it's done, it'll be very fun to play.
That's not a question. I think
Yeah.
to Phil's point, I don't even say annoying. I think at least from my thing as a player, the thing is like, am I like it's getting that familiarity with it and mastering it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like I think I would say this. I think in general, and I didn't get as much time playing the most recent version, unfortunately. But I do think in general, like, yeah, everything that we're doing, the tweaks that we're making to it are making it more, I don't know, balanced, a little bit more sensical, you know? Yeah, that's all. That's what I'd say.
Next season, you should have stable characters.
No, I'm gonna make sure every week I change it.
Sure.
That's it.
Next
My choice,
it'll be
Tony.
really interesting seeing what you guys think of your upgrades. So I'll do all that there and send them where they're at currently, and we can then have a chat about tweaks and that. 'Cause
So what I'm going to do is you guys will get a version. We're on this big revamp right now, which is just skill based. It's the same system, just a skill based thing. This next version, you will have it solid, no changes for the entire season.
Cool.
If there is a change, it won't
Yes.
happen until season 4.
Perfect.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Amazing.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
you'll lock
amazing.
in on that first episode. We'll review in like a pre-show, and then we'll just.
That's
go for it.
awesome. That's great.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
And then we're getting close because we have the website programmer is on the team now, and he's taken all the work that we've done. He's taken the builder that Richard has done, and he's applying it to a website. So you'll be able to go onto the website and literally just have your character digital. And it's going to lead to a lot of
Cool.
other really cool things that I will not say out. I'm so excited about them. But you'll be able to literally just pull up your character and jump into a game with somebody. And there's so many cool things. I told you about them recently.
Cool.
But yeah, that's coming too. So the goal is to have a release of the system and everything digital by January, February of next year.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
that's kind of our goal. So this was season 2. We ended it at the end this show, the after show. We ended on a large moment where we have this epic adventure that you're about to do. This epic the Ocean's 11 type heist. I even love that it's being pulled out like a helicopter pulling out the lift
Oh, yeah.
with the money. You know, in a sense. So I'm very excited for that. I love that the season's going to start on a heist because if it's a movie, usually you start on the adventure that you just have to just get into it. That's kind of what that's going to be.
Sequel vibes.
Yeah, sequel vibes
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
100%.
we need the episode before the episode to get everyone back into after 6 weeks. You're gonna need to get your heads back into the game.
Right. Now
Thanks, Richard.
I'm going to reveal to you what
Keep our heads.
I'm going to reveal to you what is in store for you next season, and then we're going to end it right there. Coming up is going to be the sandbox version of Celestial Engine, and it's going to be like Mass Effect in a sense. I say that because you are going to have full control, and you'll see how it works out in the story. I think it's cooler to know this than to find it out, so that's why I'm telling you. You will be given, if you survive here, by the way, in Arcane City, return. If you don't survive, this is meaningless, I say. Turn off the television.
I'm afraid.
If I'm afraid you will survive. You guys will be given a capital ship. You will be in charge of what is on the ship, what is being produced and created every week or improved on the ship, your personnel on the ship, and you guys will go off by yourself to complete a goal.
Into space.
Yes.
It's interstellar.
No, it's gonna be inner space. We're gonna go into your body.
Into the stellar. Ooh, that's next season. That's the season after next.
We're explode the bodice.
Celestial Engine after dark.
Awesome. That sounds
Enter
awesome.
the bodice.
I want to be on the spaceship. I love it.
So you will be in your spaceship. You will decide who's in charge of what on the spaceship. You will all be in commands, and you can bring NPCs on for command. You are in charge of whatever NPCs you want on board or not. You will have your fleet. If they get destroyed, not your fleet, you'll have your capital ship. But in there, you can create fighters and have fighters that work for your ship. You can build more. You can develop the systems out. You can improve the ship. And then you're going to explore the Endarian system, the actual solar system. You will go anywhere you want. You will have your goals. It depends on if you don't have any astral crystal, you might be looking for that. If you do have it, maybe you want to get to the fortress. But anywhere you want to go, the story will go with you. There are no bars of any kind. You can go to Arathia if you want to. I know Brooke is super hyped. She wants to go to Arathia, but it's very much outside of the Endarian system. But if you want to go out there into the dark, like that stellar dark, go for it.
Cool.
I might be going there.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, you'll be in charge, and this is a resource management adventure where you got to make sure you can stay alive, kind of like a home world game if anyone's ever played that.
Oh yeah.
And figure out how you're going to get through it, because you might do well in the adventure, but you might mess up the ship, and if you lose a ship, you are going to be homeless in the middle of nowhere. So that is what's coming up. I'm very excited, and it's like a grassroots classic D&D kind of adventure just in space.
Love it.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm excited.
That's cool. That's cool as long as you don't burn Kashyyyk, because I'll cry again.
I will not burn Kashyyyk. So
When did we get
So
to
that's
Kashyyyk?
that's what's coming up ahead of you, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And yes, it starts in Arcane City. How are you gonna get through that? And that will dictate literally which way the quest is gonna go. Are you gonna get the Astral Crystal? Will you have the Red Knight with you, which is a huge plus? It's like taking another Super Farm with you. Super Farm is at that level probably of Red Knight. I feel like it's close.
Why don't we just take Super Farmer with us?
Ask him.
Excuse me, Johnlin?
Yes. So we'll see. Any questions about next season? Anything you want to know? Anything you're excited for?
That
Sounds
sounds
awesome, man.
awesome.
I wanna do
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I
Said,
get-
like,
we- our first-
episode 1 first before I even start thinking about going into space. I want to get through episode 1.
well,
Yes.
there's
Yeah,
that.
true.
There's that.
I think it's possible episode 1 might have to be a 2-parter, because I feel like it's going to be.
I think so.
Yeah.
Episode
Yeah.
2, two-parter.
Do.
Yeah. Return of Arcane City 2.
All right.
Those gnomes are going to go in that portal, and that's going to be the end of the episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty. That's.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
No, man, dude.
We're gonna tie rope to them. We're gonna tie rope. No, Moni.
We can't.
No,
Rope to
they're gonna
gnomes.
be
No, we
fine.
can't.
Rope to gnomes.
I want to say,
Gnomes. You're
we're
gonna
gonna
love my
start
rope.
playing. I want those gnomes in the portal before hour 2 starts.
Ooh.
I want us to get to the portal in the first hour. If we can't do that, it is a bad sign.
Yeah.
They have to have rope around their little feet.
To give some of those gnomes up as characters, so if they do go in the portal, you guys then could play as one of those gnomes
That'd be
inside
fun.
the portal.
I find it.
I love that. I love that. That's great.
I love that so
No
much.
Patrol 2! The next generation. Well, it's like the third generation,
Yeah.
right?
All right,
Third generation.
let's do it.
I love that. Guys, this was the end of the Engine Room. This was the after show for Season 2, Episode 12, Return to Arcane City Part 2. And guys, stay tuned. So we are breaking until mid-September for anyone who's watching, but we have some special guests that may come on the show, and we'll let you know every week, by-week as that comes up. And we may be back next week for any players who want to come down. I only need 3 players to play the game, and we'll see how it goes. And there'll be one-offs. It'll be a lot of fun. And they all will, as always, they will be in the world of Indaria. They will count. They will affect the story. And it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll affect the story, but they're not going to be like.
Fix your hand.
This
Attach
is
your
my
attitude again.
hand. This is how
This is how we started. This is how we'll finish.
This is how.
Where does that bring you? Back to these.
Okay. Never mind. I'll just wait and see.
I broke him. He's broken.
They're completely separate from the main quest, but they always affects the main quest somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
Somewhere else, other stuff going on.
Are we going to
So
go
it's
back?
all gonna be in the dark.
So you're gonna have possible celebrities changing the story forever.
Cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
We're going to go back to Evergreen. That place.
Oh!
You mean
With the spearmint.
Evergreen, not Winterfell. Jesus. No. Come on, we talked about this. About
What? Finish a sentence.
the
Give it a word.
the
Finish a
world,
sentence.
the city that we were doing. Oni
of Eldon?
Eldon.
Kingdom of Eldon.
Not
yes.
Evergreen.
I love the
Is that
Kingdom
what you
of
meant,
Eldon.
Tony?
Yeah, Eldon.
Oni, did you mean Did you mean Eldon?
Kingdom of Eldon was. I never laughed so much in an episode.
Oh my God.
That was funny.
What was in Eldon?
One of the pins and go to the dark.
Maybe.
At least one. At least
Here's
one.
what I would say. The triad.
Here's the thing: new players, like, if you bring in like a celebrity or somebody like that who has no idea of the game and they start playing it, they won't understand what's going on. It'll be so like kooky or crazy after. Kooky is such a weird word, but I feel like that's appropriate. Sorry.
In Eldon.
It's like you're saying cookie in a way that you don't know how to say cookie. But
Yeah, you almost want to give him like kind of a more straight.
Yeah.
they need to
Yeah.
understand structure. So
Yeah.
I can't. That for us, that's like a player's game.
You go to the tavern. That's what they need.
Right. They need like a player's game, like that have fun. Like we're gonna make characters up, and that was so much fun. I was literally crying that whole
I
episode.
feel like Eldon has to be a town of celebrities, though. Like that would be.
it already is a
all
town
have
of celebrities.
to-
Have you seen
Yeah,
it? Seen
no,
it there?
it's true. It's true. But like that would be pretty cool if like
Yeah, we'll definitely play. We'll play Eldon.
like
That's
after
that's
they
on our
came for
list.
the one-off, if they want to come back, they occupy Eldon.
Maybe. Again, it has to be a player's game.
Yes,
so
yes, I understand.
for sure. So
A girl can dream, Tony. A girl can dream.
dream on.
Could always do Food of Andaria. Carry on that.
Yes, the Food of Andaria reviews around the world for sure. This is what the people want to watch.
I was
Can
talking.
you just
I was-
review food?
What was Oni saying?
I was talking about Evergreen. Remember the town that got attacked by orcs with the spearmen?
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I do. No, it
Random
wasn't.
town.
The name is not Evergreen, isn't it? It's something else.
I thought it was Evergreen, but like we never talked about it ever again. They like survived and then they like disappeared into the woodwork. We never talked about them.
Well, they survived, and good for them. And now they're thriving in their secret
Let's leave them
community.
alone.
And you're like trying to blow up their secret community. So
Yeah.
thank you.
If you want to do one that would be fun, is you could put the crew through one of the missions that we did as fans in the tower, like the
What was that what you
city
say?
we went to. That,
One of their initiations in the tower to become part of the exchange was they were like, okay, so what's today? And they met Carl Linger. And he's like, hey, you're gonna fight Carl Linger in this like simulation in like a pocket dimension. You're in there. It's like, don't worry, guys. I'm just gonna chase you down with daggers. And if I get you, you know you're out. So literally, they're running the Arcane City. They're like, ah! They're running around, and he's on the rooftops. They're all the daggers. They're literally like it's like a horror film. They're hiding out. They're all going off one by one.
At one point, we heard Carl Linger's leg, and he just starts limping like after us. Like I'm coming.
Limpin' Linger. A Limpin' Linger.
He's like, hey guys, it's me.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It literally was terrifying.
That's
Yes,
great.
it was great. So yes, lots of fun things coming up.
Yeah, of course, Tony, you can't forget the other one, the forest one, where we
That
had
was
what was
Jacques.
going on that city. I'm not going to spoil it just in case you decide to do it, but that one there was also terrifying.
Yes, it's
The
been
one
a
that
lot of
Shock made.
what?
The one that Shock made with the orcs that were.
Oh yeah. Jacques made a good one
Yes,
too.
that one. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We're gonna do it right for each person. We'll see which one is right, and that's the one they'll do. So guys, so stay tuned, and that's coming up anytime. The next week's could be next week. We'll let you know. Again, September 15th. Around then, we'll be back for season 3 of Celestial Engine. In the meantime, subscribe, follow, and we love you. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
Thanks.